And it looks like we are working. Cool. Okay, so I wanted to find another random battle map. Can I copy this one? Create item. Oh, does this work? Can I just draw on a blank? Oh, neat. Okay, clear drawing. I'm gonna not worry about that for now. Okay, so it will be mostly theater of the mind, but we'll use this battle map here if we need to. In fact, I'll share it with you. I'm leaving the stuff that's up there already. And I will just drop your token. Let's see. Let's put you in here. Put you over here, and we'll just use the right side of this map for now, because
All right.
I don't have time to put anything more together, and I don't want to delete what's there. So, all right. So let's see. Let's just do a quick intro. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Echoverse episode 11 on the on the With Disadvantage podcast. I'm your host and DM Chev, and with me today, at least for right now, is Hava Beers player. What are you today? LPJness, Senior Pagerero.
Still Lord Peagington.
Okay, Lord Peagington. All right, and so we are going to, since it's been a while since you've been on, we're going to catch you up on some story through gameplay, through some one-on-one gameplay. And so the last we heard from you, the party was underneath a large structure in some caves and encountered a wave of rats, some giant rats and some small rats, and they swarmed over you guys and managed to overpower Havabeer and carry him away. And so I'll just start right there. So you got carried off, and you were kind of knocked unconscious for a little bit as they overpowered you and kind of smothered you, and you weren't able to breathe, and you just were kind of sucked away, and all your gear was stripped off of you and left in that cavern, and your party collected all your gear. But
Vultures.
right now you basically have not a lot of things in your inventory. And so and we won't worry about going over them item by item. But if you want to use something, ask me whether you have it or not, and I'll tell you. Um, so you got hauled off through the caves for quite a while, deep into these tunnels, and it's a maze of caverns that branch and then branch again and then branch again, and finally you're brought back to this very dark area of the cave, and you sort of wake up partway there, and you're like, "Let go of me!" Havabeer's just kind of yelling, "Put me down!" And
Get off me, you little bastards!
eventually the rats drop you in a pile of bones next to this like what looks like to be like a fire pit, and they dump you there, and then they kind of skitter off into the darkness, leaving you there. Do you have dark vision? I can't remember.
I do not.
No dark vision for you, so it is pitch black for you where you are. You can't see a whole lot.
Did my tinderbox and torch happen to accompany me into this dark place?
So you have a torch, but you do not have the tinderbox.
Gotcha. Did any of my weapons, a dagger, a hammer, hand axe, a
So
maul?
all you have is one hand axe on you, as far as weapons go.
Okay, so then I'm going to take my one torch if I can feel it, fumble around for it, and also fumble around for my tinderbox. I'm sure I'm gonna find out that it's gone. But feeling my hand axe is there, I'm gonna walk over to one of the walls of the cave. I'm gonna try and feel my way over to anything that I can touch that is made of stone.
Okay. All right. So you're able to feel a bunch of the bones and stuff crunch under your feet. You can definitely tell, like it's a distinct sound. You know, bones clinking together and crunching under your feet as you stand up. Um, you are able to walk just a couple feet away from the bone pile to your right from where you were deposited. So if you're facing the direction where you're deposited, then like a couple feet to your right, you find your hand finds purchase on the wall.
Ah, great.
What? Hello?
Sit tight. All right, sorry, my headset just totally freaked. Okay, so I can feel my way over to past the bone pile. I'm walking over. I feel them crunching under my feet, and then what?
And then your hand finds purchase on a wall.
Okay, so holding my torch underneath the, kind of waist level, I'm gonna take my hand axe. I'm gonna start striking the rock of the wall, trying to make some sparks.
Okay, go ahead and roll a performance check for me.
Only a 6.
Did you roll? I didn't see a roll.
Um, Fantasy Grounds is acting up. All I can see is the map. I don't actually have vision of anything else. Like I can't see behind. Oh, there we go. It's just really, really big. Okay, let me try that again. Oh yeah, and I can
I'm
click
not
on
seeing
the.
you roll.
Hold on. Performance. There we go. Okay.
Okay. So you scrape your hand axe against the rocks on the wall, and some sparks form, but none of them manage to hit the torch and light it. Um, but you definitely were able to generate some sparks, and just as you do, you hear a voice kind of echoes silently down the corridor, and the voice just says, "What have you all brought me this time?" And she starts
Um.
to make her way down.
Okay, I am going to try maybe 3 or 4 more times on the sparking of the torch because I feel very defenseless right now.
Okay, so right now they may not be aware of you. You're not trying to be stealthy.
Um, yeah, because I figure whatever inhabits these caves can at least see in the dark. I can't.
Okay.
And so if I can't see even a little bit, there's no sense in trying to remain stealthy just because something.
Okay, roll me another performance check.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it knows that I was deposited here at the very least.
Okay,
Okay,
you
so.
clank against the wall, and this time you don't even produce sparks. But after you do that, you see some light actually coming down from a corridor way far off in the distance. Not enough to light up anything around you, just like a pinprick of light that you can see in the darkness. Maybe more than a pinprick, but still not illuminating the cave because your eyes have to adjust a little more probably to use that dim light. But as it gets closer, it gets a little clearer and clearer. You gonna try it again?
Okay. As it draws near, can I see anything in the cave? Any
So you
rocks,
can
anything
see.
I can duck behind?
So around you is really hard because it's still pretty pitch black. But about 10 feet away and then further away, you can see the cave lighting up as this light source gets closer. And you can see cave walls are kind of damp. There's a few rocks in that direction. As the light gets a little bit closer, it does start to light up the edge of the room that you're in, as the light source comes down this hallway that branches off of it, and so you can see some light glinting off of the pile of bones, and you can see the campfire spot is right there on the edge of the pile of bones.
Okay, if I can see that well, can I see anything I can use that's better than a hand axe for defending myself?
I mean, there's a pile of bones, so you could grab bones, but there's nothing probably better than a hand axe.
All right.
There
Then
is a giant femur if you want like a big blunt object.
if it's near me, I'm going to pluck it up. And
It's not. It's probably about 10 feet away on the edge of the pile of bones. So I'm gonna draw for you real fast. But you probably came from like this direction. So there's an arrow, and then this kind of opens up like this, and then there's bones all over the place right around here,
uh
and then there's like a campfire pit right here. Just that X. All right, and you've made your way over to this wall, and your hands on the wall. So you made your way out of the pile of bones, and you're now over here. And then this voice and this light source is coming from this hallway right here. So she's coming down this way, and you can hear her voice, and she says, "I'm so hungry," as she gets closer. And so you can see
Shit.
light kind of lighting up stuff right here.
Um, is it? Can I see a back wall? Is this
Uh,
chamber?
back wall, like down where she is, that way.
Oh, okay. So I see two arrows.
Sorry,
So it's
you
open on
came
both
from
ends.
this way, yeah, and then this light source is coming from this way. And there's like
Gotcha.
bones like all throughout this corridor right here, and then all of them kind of culminate in a big pile right here at the end.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna creep back just a little bit and keep it just. I'm gonna sneak over in this direction and hope that I can see her before she sees me. I know she lights things up.
Okay, so as she lights things up, or as she gets closer, things do light up, and you can see pretty clearly the silhouette of an orc female as she gets closer, and she just says, "It's been days since you guys brought me something."
Shit, an orc female. They do not go down softly. Then I am just going to keep on creeping back. Do I see anything useful in the corridors other than my little hand axe? This is not going to do a shitting thing.
Nothing, but if you try to keep going this way, so right now you're like on the edge of the bones, basically.
Uh
So
huh.
there's like all these bones, and then they fill the hallway over here. So to creep back further is going to require a crunch, crunch, crunch.
See. Okay. Um. Man. Okay, this is spooky. All right. I guess I'm just gonna. And it's an orc female,
hmm
but she glows, or where's the light coming from? Is she
She's
carrying a
holding a
torch?
torch. Yeah.
Gotcha. Um. Have I been where she's come from before?
No, you have no idea where you are. You're deep inside of the cave system at this point. The rats carried you very far away from where you were.
Gotcha. Do I see any weaponry on her?
Yes, she's got a bow at her side, and also some sort of sword or axe on her back. But you can't see the blade, so you can't tell for sure.
Gotcha. Um,
As she gets closer, she just says she looks in the room and she says, "I don't see what you guys brought or what you all brought me." And she's like kind of looking around the room, shining light, and then she she bends down and she puts her touches her torch to the fire pit, and she shifts some things around, and the fire roars to life. And then she looks up, she goes, "Oh my god, my goodness!" And she sees you lit up, and then she just says, "What are you doing in here? I'm not going back."
going back where? I'm not here to take you anywhere. I just sort of I you could say dropped in.
I escaped. I'm not going back. And she starts to turn to run, uh, back
Oh,
to this cavern.
hey, stop. I am not here to take you anywhere. If
Sh
anything, I was hoping you could take me out of this cave.
do you
What have
run?
these rats been feeding you?
Do you run forward? I assume.
Yeah, I'm gonna run forward after her.
Okay. And she stops and she just says, "The rats are my friends. They bring me food. They've been sustaining me while I've been down here." And she turns and then her eye catches your tattoo, and she says, "Your tattoo. You're from Midnantar."
I am. Maybe you've heard of me.
And
Alabir.
as you look at her, you see a very similar looking tattoo, except no bars are filled in.
Who are you fighting for? That's a Mithnantar gladiatorial tattoo.
I was conscripted by Rakgu, the orc. He pulled members of my tribe, the Tornskull tribe. They made us fight.
You're a Tornkel? I've fought you. I've fought other tribesmen in the pits before.
Fuck,
Hey,
you're breaking up.
uh, if you can agree to a truce, can I can help you out here. I just let's just for now agree not to try to eat. Hello?
There, I can talk now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're still breaking up.
Okay, let's bring it a little bit closer. Maybe it's having a hard time. Okay, is that any better?
No.
All right. So there's one other thing to try. Hold on, just a moment. Um, do that and that and do I sound any better now?
No. It's sort of tolerable, so I guess we'll go. Hello? 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 Damn it. Gotta love the internet. Well, this is not working. Hello?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Is it significantly better?
It's better. It's still doing some weird things, but I can understand you better now.
So then, yeah, I'm just gonna tell her, ask her, how did you escape?
She just says, It's a long story. My name is Gorza.
Nice to meet you, Gorza. Yeah, so I'm to bring you back to Mythnantar. I'm a fugitive myself. I'm for
This is awful.
yeah, I don't understand what's here. Hold on. Okay, now a direct line to my router, so that can't be that. I mean, a direct line. I'm standing right face to this headset, so it can't. Be that.
I don't think it's wireless. I think it's just your internet. Is someone watching Netflix or something?
Yeah, my son cartoons,
Oh, that's probably why.
but I've got 100 eggs. I should.
Yeah, if you've got 100, you should be fine. But
Um,
am
let's
I
see.
breaking up for you?
You've been a little echoey the whole time, but definitely audible.
You're going like it's like doing the whole laggy robot thing.
How on can that be the case? Like that makes me mad because my internet is
Your
plenty. Hold on just a second. Let me try one thing.
internet speed is almost always just the download speed. We have like 300 megs down, and it's literally like 2 megs up.
That yeah.
I can't understand you at all now. You're completely breaking up.
Okay, that should make a big difference. If anything's a difference.
You cut out a couple times, but you did sound better.
I took the
Oh, nope.
wireless.
You're gone again.
Ah, sucks. Yeah, the cell phone off of the wireless, and so now only device use upload would be my computer setup.
I'm only catching every other word. Hmm.
This is
Try.
this is a very common problem that I suffer through. Like, I mean, I had it in Baltimore. I kind of think it might be the headset. Can I plug the headset in and not go through Wi-Fi or through Bluetooth?
Bluetooth. Are you not using the A50s?
I am using the A50. I think it is the A50 that causes this problem.
It doesn't sound like it. It sounds like network lag, but you can plug in a USB cord to the side of the base station and plug it into the headset.
Let's see.
Are you still connected wirelessly? Ah.
Let's see. Let's try this. I actually think I might know what it is.
What?
Um,
You do sound better on this other mic.
yeah, that's just my computer mic. It sucks.
Yeah, you sound way better though.
Okay, this should be way better.
Yes, it is much better.
Okay, it was a batter or it was a slower USB port. I forget they're all different.
Oh, yes, this is making a very big difference.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, yeah, you
Let's
sound crystal
resume.
clear now. All right.
Good, and you do too. Yeah, I never would have known that.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. So she says her name is Gorza, and then she just says it's a long story, but basically they brought me here to experiment on me. Raku Raku put me up to fight, and I failed his fight, and he sent me off in disgrace. I thought he just sold me off, but really he gave me to his master,
Who is his master?
someone they call the Black Spider. He brought me here to be experimented upon after being injected with all sorts of weird drugs and held in a cell for what seems like weeks. I learned that I learned when a little rat came into my cell that I could commune with him, and he brought friends, and they sprung me free, and they attacked the guards and swarmed the guards that were trying to take me for another experiment, and they showed me a way out into these caves, and I've been living here ever since, afraid to venture out, for I might be captured again.
Okay, now this is interesting. I was actually in pursuit of the black spider, and I'll tell you what, I've never had a lower paying gig in all of my life. I mean, we always knew it was a bit of a long shot, but he's caused so many problems to the side that we were always getting hung up on correcting, helping people that he'd slighted along the way and never really pursuing him directly. Do you have any idea what he's trying to do with those energy beams and nexuses and all that stuff?
I know nothing of this black spider. I know nothing of what you speak. All I know is that Raku actually works for the black spider.
Okay, Raku works for the Black Spider. Does he still live in Myth Mantar?
I'm not sure. It's been probably years since I've been there. Who do you work for, or who is your master?
My master was Abelar the Elf.
Abelar. Abelar.
Yes.
Abelar and Raku were working together.
Oh no, no, they were working together.
Abelar and Raku both report to the black spider. All I know is they are tasked with generating revenue and resources for him.
That would explain a lot. I always wondered why he kept up with the bullshit. He had so much money. I don't understand why he kept on fighting gladiators. So, tell me, when is the last time you saw Abelar? What were the circumstances that you saw him under? And did he ever tell you anything about someone called Glendamir and someone called Orifera?
I know not of Glendamir and Orofira, but Abelar visited Raku quite often when I was there. They would constantly talk in Raku's conference room, safely nestled in a nearby mountainside.
What did they talk about?
I was not present for such conversations, except for one, where I heard them both talking about their master, the Black Spider.
Now, did Abelar ever bring a female with him? Half elf, half human, She would have called her Shoshana.
No. Not that I recall. That are you talking about Shoshana the servant, or are you talking about Orifera, his
No, I'm talking
mistress?
about Shoshana the servant.
Okay. And no, she doesn't recall seeing Shoshana.
Okay, what exactly? So they generate revenue for the Black Spider. Do they know anything about what their revenue does? Do they have any other tasks aside from generating revenue?
I don't know any of this information, but I was brought through some kind of fortress. I was sent into the void in the sky, and now I am here.
Okay, well, at the very least, I know that if Raku and Avalar can send you here, they can do the same to Shoshana. So, all right, we need to get out of here, and I know that. Uh,
Hello?
yeah, still here. Um, I'm trying to I'm trying to tie all this back to. Um, wait a second, castle in the sky. Rewind a little bit. What about a castle in the sky?
I just said void in the sky.
A void in the sky.
The void
Okay.
that you see at night when the sun is not bright?
Oh, you mean darkness? Very confused by what you're trying to describe.
Up amongst the stars.
Yes, yes. Are you talking about the where all those trails sort of converge? Where all those
The colorful the colorful winds in the atmosphere.
yes, yes, those things.
Yes, I could see some of that as we were coming down to land.
Okay, so they sent you up there. And when how long ago did they send you up there?
I don't know when I went up there. I was unconscious or something. All I remember is waking up in mid flight in some sort of magical pod.
Gotcha. Just out of curiosity, did this pod talk or move like a blob of slime or anything like that after it landed? Did it complain at all?
No, it was shaped like a tiny pyramid.
Gotcha. Okay. Um, well, I know for a fact that I cannot do anything until we find a way out of these caves. Is there any way you can lead me out?
One moment, please. And she pulls out this little harmonica thing that she's got on her belt, and she runs her mouth across it and just kind of does this like little noise through this little air, this little wind instrument thing, and all of a sudden you hear as all these rats come down the corridor from behind you, and they come and swarm the room, and but they can't all fit in here very well. So as many of them as they can, they fill the walls and everything, and they come in, and you just hear them squeaking, and she just looks at the ones that are closest to her, and she says, "Yes, yeah, yes. Can you please take us to the wall panel where you brought me?" And then like three of them like nod up front, and then they head past her going this way, and then she starts to follow, and she says, "Come, I didn't catch your name.
I'm Havabeer.
Come, Havabir. My friends will take us."
All right, and while we're on the subject and asking your friends about things in the cave, have they happened to come across any corpses of other adventurers, or maybe just happen upon their belongings?
Usually just the stray guard who finds their way into the caves from the fortress, but mostly animals who find their way in from the outside somewhere.
Okay, mostly animals. Now these guards, were they well armed?
Usually they have something on them, some type of weapon, a sword or an axe.
All right.
I do have this, and she pulls out this weird-looking stick. I found it on one of the guards.
Okay, let's take a look.
It almost looks like a wand of some sort.
Gotcha. Yeah, if she'll, I'm just, I'm gonna say, yeah, yeah, like kind of give her a gesture, like, yeah, let me take a look, let me see it.
So as you take it, she hands it to you. It's just got a few grooves on the bottom, but other than that, it looks like an ordinary wooden stick.
I'm gonna wave it around and see if it does anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, I'll pocket it and keep on following her. Now, you said there's a
Do you know what
fortress
it is?
nearby.
Why are you keeping it?
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry, I have no idea what this is. I actually have some friends back in these other larger parts of the caves, though, that are pretty knowledgeable with magic and might be able to tell me. I'm intending to bring it to one of them, but
All
if
right
you
then.
want your unidentified trinket back,
Oh,
you can have it.
you are welcome to have it. I just was curious why it was of interest to you.
Oh yeah, no. It. I'd imagined either the guard who you took this from conducted a band and would wave this around for that purpose, or that there's some sort of significance beyond what you or I can see.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward just a little bit because she's gonna. I assume you're just gonna follow her, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow her
Okay,
around.
so she follows the swarm of rats for a while. It seems like 45 minutes of just walking through these caves, and you guys keep talking and catching up, and she tells you more about how she found that she after the experiments that she could communicate with the rats telepathically. She's not sure if she can do it with other animals since there's really only the rats that live down here. And while you're on your way, she learns more about you too, and you tell her about Glendemir and Abelar and your story, and finally, you guys arrive at this panel where the cave wall turns into some smooth, like wall panel plating, almost like whatever artificial structure was built just kind of was embedded into the rock. And she pushes it lightly on the panel, and it pops outward. And then you can see inside that it's an all metal walkway. It's almost like a tube on the inside with this just big metal tube, but it's very compared to the caves. It's very constructed looking.
Gotcha. So let's see. She told me her story.
As she opens it up, she whispers. She says, "Be careful. The gods roam these corridors all over the place." And then she gestures for you to go through.
I mean, I just have a little hatchet here for that's not really good for much beyond chopping up wood for a fire. Can I borrow maybe the that weapon on your back? Do you
She
have a few extras that you can replace it with? I mean,
she just says, "I do not. I only
I
have
know
what
that
I was
you
able to craft while I was down here. Please, just step through. We will be okay."
you cut off.
As she
You cut
said,
out.
"Please, just step through. We will be okay."
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hello?
God fucking damn it!
Okay, I can hear you now.
What happened?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, agreed.
All right. She just says, "Go through. We'll be fine."
Okay. So then, yeah, I'm gonna go through. I've got my little hatchet out, and I'm gonna start going through these hallways.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, as you go through, you wait for her to come through, and she goes in front of you, and then she leans back through the wall, and there's only a handful of rats have kind of come with you guys, and she leans back through, and she just says, "Come, come, just one of you, just one of you," and then the others turn around, and this one rat comes through, and she just says, "Show us the way, show us the way," and it heads up this through this tube, like up to the left from where you guys came out from.
Cool. I'll follow her and the rat.
Okay, and I didn't mean to clear the whole drawing, but that's fine. All right, and so this tube kind of just almost never-endingly curves like this as you keep heading upward. And so you, Gorza, and the rat all keep winding upward until you come out of this. There's another little wall panel that she pops open, and then she says, "Thank you. You go home now." And the rat runs off back to the caves. And she opens this panel, and it opens up into like this giant room, this huge looking bay of some kind that kind of comes to a point at the very top of the room. So instead of a flat ceiling, it's like you're almost at the top of a pyramid.
Oh, okay. What is this place?
She just says, I do not know what they call it, but there's the pods that I came in on. And she points, and there's a bunch of tiny little pyramid shaped pods that probably hold only 2 to 3 people max.
Gotcha. Well,
And they're all just parked
um,
on this big empty warehouse looking floor.
now, do these things just go to and from that big thing in the sky, or can you take one of these to say Myth Nantar?
I don't know what big thing in the sky you keep referring to. I do remember seeing the tendrils of energy, the colorful energy, but I never saw a structure.
Where you're coming, where you came from when you took the pod down.
I told you I woke up while I was in the middle of the void.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Sorry, I keep forgetting Gorza. So are you planning on staying in the caves, or do you want to hop in one of these pods and see where they take us?
Well, I've been here for months already. I think it's time for me to go. My friends
I
didn't
know.
need me before I came, and they won't need me now.
And they're torn skulls. I mean that
No,
whole eat.
my friends, the rats, have a beer.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I
and
don't have any other friends.
I see. Well, yeah, let's upgrade your friends a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't look at rats as much as friends as pets. And damn, you had a lot of pets. By the way, I do apologize. I didn't realize that they were your pets as I
Can
was
you
smashing
speak
them.
to your pets telepathically?
You know, I can talk to fish.
Then they're my friends. Let's move on. Let's get out of here.
All right. All right. Okay, so then I'm gonna go over to one of the pods and pretty stealthily because I mean the place looks empty, but you never know. And I'm gonna if the door's not open, I'm gonna try and find a door.
Okay, and so as you approach one of the pods, you do hear two orc guards across the way. One of them just laughs, but it's like so far away, all you hear is ah ha 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 ha, ha. And then and you hear the low sound of someone else talking, but you can't make out what they're saying.
Yeah, okay. We are going to want to be a little bit on the quiet side as we do this. You know how these things work?
I don't. I was in the pod alone. There was a voice though. I remember some disembodied voice. And so as you walk up to this pod, do you touch it?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna look for like a door handle or anything that a doorknob, anything that would show me how to open it if it is not open already.
Okay, you don't find anything like that. It's
Okay,
it's very
so
smooth on the outside.
hey, do you remember how to get in and out?
I don't. She looks around and doesn't see anything. It looks solid to me.
I'm gonna start patting it and touching like different areas, feeling around for
Okay,
any
so as
irregularities.
soon as you finally touch it for the first time, one side of the pyramid just opens up completely. It's just like
Oh,
just almost like the wall vanishes.
that was easy. Gorza. In the future, if you need to take one of these rides, they open when you touch them.
Good to know, Beer.
And so, all right, let's get in.
So you get in and you hear this voice, and it just says, "Please state your destination."
Out of here.
I do not detect the required control rod.
Uh, oh, this thingy. It is a rod. Control.
There's
Does the control
there's
rod look like a stick?
there's a panel on the side of the room, and the panel doesn't contain really anything um, of note except for this one slot that perfectly fits that stick that you have.
Um, I'm gonna look at Gorza like, hey, and then pop it in.
All right, the rest can be recapped when we play with everyone else. Do you want to go take care of business and then come back?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. All right. I will describe what happens when the game starts.
Okay, sounds good. I should be. I'll do my best to get done in 30.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you in a bit.
Let's see.
Hello.
What up?
Uh, Playing a game from back home in Port Huron.
Nice.
Wait, are we streaming
This,
right now?
yes, the stream and the recording is active right now.
Oh. Oops.
What? Oh, it's fine. We're not doing anything.
Uh, well, what I
I,
mean is, like, maybe I shouldn't announce to everyone what my hometown is.
oh, whatever. No one's gonna, no one's gonna find you.
Yeah,
Besides,
like,
that's
it's
just
a
the
big
live
place.
stream. I'll be editing it, so
Yeah. But I mean, like, it's a big place. You're not gonna narrow it down to one house for being told a town or city. Yeah.
mhm.
I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Sword. Been, getting competitive Pokemon set up.
Nice.
Yeah, I have many things I could be saying about Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Good things.
I'm sure you've heard a lot about the controversy.
Yeah, I think you've already given me an earful of that.
Yeah. Though the one word I would use to describe Pokemon Sword and Shield, I've heard others use this word as well. Inconsistent.
Mm.
There are some things that are really nice and cool. There are some things that are really not great at all, especially not from a game from a franchise that is literally the biggest multimedia franchise in the world. Second to none. Not better than Star Wars, better than Mickey Mouse, better than Hello Kitty, which is second place for some reason.
Interesting.
Yeah. Pokemon does deserve better than what it got. But what is there? Some of the things are pretty nice, other things not so much. And that's the summary of my thoughts.
Gotcha. Nice.
I mean, it's certainly been good enough for me to for me to play almost 100 hours of it already.
Good point. Sorry, I'm gonna be not super focused on the conversation because I'm trying to prep stuff.
That's all right. That was basically the end of what I had to say about Pokemon.
Gotcha. Okay, I think we're good now. Let's see.
If anyone happens to be listening to this and is on the fence about getting Pokemon Sword or Shield, the longer it's been since you've played Pokemon, the easier I can recommend it. It is a bit of a pill to swallow. That's $60 instead of $40 though. Hello, Boris.
What up?
Hello.
So, if Avavir's back, he's gonna want the sword back, huh?
Guess we'll find out, but I would imagine so.
Yeah. I was very curious what Javier was up to and the pre-stream thing he just did.
Oh, I just, he got carried away by rats and then somehow was going to hook up with the party, and so I had a whole thing, a whole story planned out for him, and I wanted him to kind of play through it.
Hmm. Very excited to hear about that.
Yeah, you can go back and listen to it. It'll be a part of the podcast. We had a bunch of technical issues with PJ's mic. What I know, a shocker.
I'm shocked.
So we didn't get through as much as I was hoping.
So who are we down this week? Is it just Rainbow Dakota?
Dakota, Rainbow, and then I don't know if Codeman counts as down, but he won't be here. We're just waiting on Deranged and Maggie, I think, to start.
And I think I just heard everything wrap up as far as getting the little one to bed. So
Same with PJ, so it's all good.
So overall, pretty full team today.
Yeah, should be good.
Which is very good because it sounds like some crazy shit might be going down.
Potentially.
I mean, knowing us, it'll take us like 3 more episodes to get to that point.
I don't know.
Although, to be fair, we don't have Rainbow tonight, so.
Are you trying to say something?
I wasn't aware I was trying to do anything.
Yeah, it sounds very endgamey to me, which is very interesting.
I highly doubt. I think there's going to be at least one more loop through.
Yeah, but like according to the rules of time loops, we are in Seinbalk right now, and you're next to Seinbalk right now.
Yeah, but we don't know that those rules are immutable. We ain't knowing shit.
Oh, I need to look up. Let's see. D&D Beyond. Have a beer. Okay. I'm excited to see what you guys do with this next little encounter. I guess I should probably just nuke Frey off the board since she's basically given a hiatus. I'll leave her character there, but get her out of the combat tracker.
Yeah, I really don't think we're going to see her back, honestly.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I was thinking that Lungro would probably just.
She's been pretty much avoidant anyway, so.
Yeah. I was thinking that when the party wakes up in Toast and Toils, Lungro would just be missing.
I think that's totally fine and that's fair.
Yeah. From a slightly metagaming point of view, it's a little concerning because now you don't have enough people to take a shift for watching on long rests.
I'm sure God will figure it out.
Just an observation I thought of.
I mean, God could just be nicer and not have so much shit happen while we're sleeping.
Yeah, but then he wouldn't be God.
Yeah, what would be the fun in that if you could just get guaranteed long rests?
Who said anything about guaranteed?
Sounds like that's what you're asking for.
No, I'm just saying scale accordingly then. If it's a concern you have, otherwise wake our asses up with some scary shit. I don't know.
Alright. Hello, Plague.
Is that
I'm mostly just giving you a hard time, Jeff.
Deranged.
what up? What up? What up?
Let's see. You're a little
My
bit
head is
muffly.
fucking killing me right now.
Is your mic boom up or something?
No. Let me try something.
Uh, you sounded better for a sec.
Oh my god, this one's awful.
Hold on.
This is the
Hold on.
trigger happy one.
What am I supposed to look at for? I'm so full of food. All right, give me a second here. I was just finishing up a game of Rainbow Six Siege, and apparently people don't die when they're supposed to. So I just quit. I was sick of it.
What the fuck, Boris? That's terrible.
Hence why it went into trigger happy and not funny.
Hold on. I'm gonna check this out in a second.
I can always look forward to good content in both those channels from Boris.
Oh, but not for me. Ah,
you
triggered.
post funny shit too, but yours come in bursts. We don't
Oh
see
yeah,
we don't see anything for a while, then all of a sudden 5 all in the same post.
yeah. I collect them up. You know, like they're like Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Do you just like stack them up in like the little send window or something?
Mhm. And then when I'm ready, just I'm like, go, my pretties, go. Hold on, video, voice and video. There we go. And then let me know if that sounds better. Does that sound better?
Yeah, you sound fine now, by the way.
Way better now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So full of food. Did you have the thing open already? The chef tech on Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay, I'll join now.
Okay. I'm gonna take a quick break and get me some water while we wait on the other two.
Sounds like a plan. I'm actually gonna join you in doing that. I'm gonna walk over to your house and go get water with you.
Okay.
I'll be right there. Just give me a couple hours. Be right back. Be right back.
Be right back.
All right, I'm back. You
Welcome
guys
back.
there? Oh, okay. I'm so full of food. It feels disgusting.
That's what she said.
I'm level 11. Level 11. I'm so full of food, it hurts. The political argument one. Very much me. Wow, when you're a cop. Fucking love it. Oh god.
We have a friend that literally spends probably 14 hours a day shit posting on Facebook. Like, to the point where he's had his account banned, I think, banned or suspended, I think 5 times for content standards.
I'm saving this one, by the way. Oh god.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Same. I'm hearing a very tiny dog.
I know, it's my stupid fucking neighbors who insist on putting their little dog out in the freezing cold, and it never shuts the fuck up.
Man.
But it's hot in here, so I'm keeping the window open until we start.
No, it's fine. I thought it was your dog. So I was like, oh no.
No.
It's like
But
Miami
I can mute myself in the meantime.
No, it's cool. It doesn't bother me.
I mean, to be fair, most little dogs don't shut the hell up anyway.
You should go. You should go steal that dog right now.
So I should steal it?
I would break into the backyard and just steal a dog. Be like, you're coming into the warmth with me, doggy. I actually really enjoy dogs. So dogs, cats, pigs.
Seriously, it never fucking
Hey,
runs out of
girl.
energy. Oh, hey, Maggie.
All right. I'm finally ready.
You just sounded very robotic for a second, Trev. What was that?
Oh, am I okay now?
Yeah, you're good now.
I don't know. I just said hi to Mirma.
Oh,
Oops.
hi, Mary.
Oh. Now it's connecting.
PJ says 5 minutes.
So probably about 10.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not the last one. I started to feel kind of bad.
You should feel bad.
Yeah.
I do. I'm gonna cry. Thanks for laughing at my tears.
You're welcome. That's my fetish.
I
I love it when they cry.
maybe not what I wanted to go.
Yo, I rocked the
Hi, Bunsen.
Hi.
come back immediately. Like, that's my fetish. I like it when they cry.
Right now.
It's just like, what the fuck did I walk into?
What's up, palsies?
What's up?
Yo.
Yo.
All right, I think
How
we're
we all-
good to go. I just gotta close this damn window because the neighbors apparently can't keep their dog in the house in the dead of winter.
Yeah, I totally get it. It's like the worst time to have your dog inside.
So you put it out in the freezing cold and just say that's not my responsibility.
They like
You
it.
got the audio recording?
What'd you say? Oh yes, it's already recording and we're already streaming.
All right, you're super sure.
Super sure.
Okay.
I even tested the actual stream.
Test.
Okay, and let's see. What other changes did you make when you leveled your character, Mirma?
All I did was I got another thing that I don't know what it is.
Didn't change any
Very
stats though.
descriptive.
Nope, no
Okay.
stat changes. I got more HP.
Yeah, I got the HP. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about tranquility, because that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I haven't actually looked at what it entails yet.
It's fucking weird, dude. Like I was reading, I was like, what the fuck does this mean?
All
No
right.
time. I don't have time now.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll catch you guys up a little bit. I won't go into great detail about what happened to Havabeer while you guys were gone. You guys can find that out from Havabeer. But basically, Havabeer, you and your party, you guys were launched in the pod off to that central structure. And now we'll go back to the group. And the group, where did we leave off last time? I think you guys were just about to turn around the bend to head towards the central structure.
I think we're about
Through
to get down
that
to
room
the
that was gonna
Black
flood.
Spider.
That's right, you did. Okay, and then, all right. So you guys are gonna make your way down the corridor towards the central structure. Who's leading the way?
Should there be a map visible?
Oh,
And
yes.
are we going to do introductions or anything, or are we just jumping into this thing called Turkey?
Oh, well, I kind of did the introduction when I started with you, but let's do it again. Welcome, guys, to another episode of With Disadvantage. This is episode 11 of the Echoverse campaign. I'm your host and DM, Chev. And with me today, we have Kayron,
Hello.
Lulu,
Hello.
Havabeer,
Hello.
Furlough,
Yo.
and Osakapunto.
Hello.
Almost a full crew this time. We're missing Rainbow this time. Okay, so yeah, here's the map. You guys can all see it, right?
Yes, sir.
Sakapunto, can you see it?
I can.
Okay, it doesn't show your icon on the corner of the map, but I believe you. Okay, yeah, so you guys just made your way out of this structure here, and you guys are headed down to this kind of little junction structure, and then there was that one junction that kind of headed into the middle of the structure. So it's really this big ring around the central structure is only attached in a few places, and this is one of them.
Question.
Uh-huh.
So this outer structure, is it like a hallway with walls and a ceiling, or is it like an open space?
Oh, it's a hallway. You're in mid space, so it's a hallway. Like,
All right, just want to make sure.
yeah, these are like tubes connecting these stations together.
A series of tubes.
Yeah, a series of tubes.
Okay.
And for some reason, we're in mid-space.
I'm gonna sneak on ahead to try and get like a recon of the area.
Okay.
You want me to roll with stealth, yeah?
Yes. If you're gonna try to be stealthy, then roll stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna move my character and then I'm gonna do the roll.
Okay.
Here. And then let me do my roll, which is gonna be, hold on, please. Wait, no, hold on. I don't know how to. Why are all the other things grayed out? I'm on my main.
What?
Or my character sheet. Like everything else is grayed out. Oh, there. Never mind. Okay, I got it. Hey. I'm super smart. I'm smart, man.
We believe in you.
I believe in you. That's funny. Did you see that? Did you see the roll? No, of course
No.
not. Wow. I got a natural 20 though, but I'll do it again for the sake of 15 play. Whatever. Fuck it, I got 21 too.
All right.
Hey.
You're able
I think I
to.
tuned out that whole thing.
You make your way down the corridor quietly, and you don't make any noise, and you don't see anything or anyone. And this junction point is really just a big, open area, as far as you can tell. Everything here again is made of different Simevolk, and so the station you just came from was green, kind of like Tanith. This tube that you're connected to, and the junction though are all pink. So like a translucent pink.
Pink, is it? Is it like a butthole?
What?
Oh, not a whole Chiron. A valve.
Girl, that's a booty hole.
All right, so I kind of like wave everybody over. Like, it's good. It's good.
I move over there sneakily.
Okay, roll stealth.
He's
Alright, so that 9 actually automatically becomes a 10 because of my new ability at level 11 here, so that's going to be a minimum of 23.
Okay. I wonder if there's a way we can make the stats reflect that, so it will roll out in the future. I'll look into that. I'll put it in my notes. All right. So, yeah, you're able to make your way down the corridor pretty easily. If there is anything watching you or expecting you, they did not see you. Anyone else
All
following?
right, Sakapuna is going to follow behind, and since he sees these two being sneaky, he is going to also try to be sneaky.
Okay.
Although he's not sure why.
All right, go ahead and roll stealth. Okay. You make your way down the corridor. Maybe not quite as quiet as the other two, but you don't appear to alert anything or anyone.
It's lots of heavy breathing from Sakapunto as he's coming down the corridor.
Well, that was a big thing that went on in that room beforehand, so he's maybe a little out of breath, maybe a little winded.
All right, Lulu.
Lulu's gonna march ahead. She's a little too narrow-minded, focused on just wanting to bash whoever's behind this with this big old sword.
Okay, so no stealth check.
Correct.
Okay, you make your way down the corridor, and nothing happens. And then Salem, seeing you just walk and nothing happens, doesn't bother trying to be stealthy either, and just follows.
And Fitz? Is Fitz awake?
So Fitz is just standing back there. As you turn around and you see he's standing back by the doorway, and he's kind of looking at the wall nervously. Nervously.
I'm going to walk over to Fitz. Sakapuna is going to walk over to him and lean down and say, "You should join us!" Trying to be quiet, but not really trying to be quiet anymore.
Okay, so
I'm sorry. Do you guys mind repeating what you just said? Because the thing blanked out for me really badly.
she just went over, or Sakapuna just went over to try and convince Fitz to come down the corridor with them.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
Okay,
Thank
the Sakapunta, before you made it to Fitz, Fitz kind of looks at you with like tears welling up in his eyes, and he just says, "I'm really sorry."
Oh no.
And then as you get closer, he reaches up and touches the keypad on the wall, presses 2 buttons, and the wall kind of absorbs him like a little bubble, like puts a little bubble around him. And the water, the doors on this station both flip open and the water comes gushing through. The water slams into you, Sakapunto, and pushes you into Salem. And both you and Salem go flying into Lulu. And Lulu, you're pushed forward and you're kind of absorbing these guys as much as you think you would from the impact. And then you hit Furlough and you push Furlough into Kayron, and then you all kind of go down bunched together. As the water pools up in this junction chamber, and then you guys are pushed down the rest of the way
Woo!
via this water.
Did we just get flushed?
Is this a fucking toilet?
Yeah, man. You're always like, flush me, Kay, flush me.
Wow. Wow.
Men in Black 2 reference going on.
Well, that just happened.
All All right, yeah. So
Fourth wall bitches will break the fifth wall too.
so Fitz was stayed behind, and then as you guys are, I'm going to clear this drawing real fast. So you guys go flying down through the rest of these tubes, and you're pushed into the central structure, and you guys pop out of it's like into this giant room where a bunch of different tubes are protruding from the walls, and there's just like lots of different things coming from these tubes. They almost look like where they send waste. And you guys get pushed into a thing in the floor in one of these tubes, and then a valve opens, and you guys come flying into this room. You flying. I will draw a quick representation. So it's a big circular room.
Wrong about us being flushed.
It's very tall, like hundreds of feet tall, and there's just like little tubes sticking out of the wall at varying levels of this room, and there's just leaking like sewage water and all sorts of nasty grossness coming out of these. One of them you guys come flying out of, and you guys splash down into this pile of garbage and wet sewage and stuff.
Gross.
Is this Star Wars?
Except it's not a little space like Star Wars, but yeah, it's like similar to that. Like it's a garbage area.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Lulu is glad that she doesn't have a sense of smell, she thinks.
So, and then as you guys land, that voice that you guys remember from last time booms overhead and just says, "Welcome to the Central Nexus."
Oh, good. So your central nexus is literally a garbage chute. You really thought that one through. Good job. Good job, guy. Good job.
Yeah. Going in the topic on that one. Just so good. So, yes.
Oh, and K-Ron, I guess, did you need an update of what happened last time? I kind of didn't really update you, did I?
Yeah, kind of, a little bit. I know someone's dead.
So, Shenanigans Raz died on that demon tree at the big pyramid structure. You guys made your way to and found one of these. I'm hearing myself. Who am I hearing myself through? It's you, deranged.
Okay, one sec. Hold on.
So you guys, anyway, you made your way to like this shuttle bay inside there, and it's full of these pyramid-shaped pods, and you guys all piled into one. It was only meant for like 3 people, but you all managed to squeeze in, and it sent you to the central structure in the middle of the solar system. And then that ring that you guys were on was made of like Symvolk stations, like Tanith Station that you were on before. Except this is a ring of them, all connected by these tube walkways. And then they had to dodge water that was flooding last time as they got trapped into this station. Presumably the voice that they keep hearing overhead is trying to drown all of you in the outer ring.
Okay, so we're like in outer space, far as fuck away from everyone else.
Yeah, and then that tube you guys went down that the water pushed you through, and then pushed you kind of into like a drainage drainage thing. So you guys basically exited the main walkway and went into this drainage thing, and then now into this room. But this room is part of a giant central nexus. It's almost like a double-sided pyramid, like a D8 looking structure.
Okay.
Like a big diamond. And so you guys you're pushed into this structure, and there's so many Symvolk used to construct this structure that it's like each one is like a pixel on the structure. So it's not as nearly as translucent as the stuff you guys are used to. It's pretty opaque. It's hard to see through anything because there's just so much Symvolk substance used to construct this place.
All right. So it's pretty massive, and we're just in the middle of it.
Yes, and also last time, the party discovered that the reason you guys were able to remember the time loop when the time loop happened is because you were next to a Symvolk, Lulu, and perhaps Shenanigans, depending on... he was Shenanigans at the time. So both of them, for some reason, preserved your memory through the time loop. And then you guys also figured out that the reason the Black Spider uses Symvolk to create structures is they have some sort of inherent temporal shielding that prevents changes in the timeline from affecting the Symvolk. And so if you are inside of a Symvolk structure, then you are prevented from experiencing any changes at all, not just memory. You don't even get physically moved back to wherever you were at the beginning of this time loop. And so that's why, and the black spider has been harnessing energy from the solar system, but at such a rate that the solar system all the bodies in the solar system regularly lose cohesion and explode. But as soon as they do that, the time loop starts over, they all reappear, and he continues to siphon energy from them. So it's like this repeating cycle of just explosive power being channeled directly into this fortress, into this nexus.
Fuck yeah.
So you guys are all aware of that at this point.
That's pretty that's
Makes
crazy.
him horny.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. Never more in my life have it been more hard.
Wow. Great radio material. Thanks, Dre.
For once, it's not me saying this shit.
Dad just immediately gets all the viewers. He's like, oh, wait a minute, what? Okay. All right. So we're in the central nexus. We're in a trash chute. That's fun. I'm gonna look around to see if there's anywhere we could climb out of this shithole. Quite literally, a shithole.
Okay, so while you guys are in here, suddenly you see actually see two people come flying out of, and I of course forgot to get a token for this person. Let me see if I can find one real fast.
While you're looking for a token, Sakapuno is going to just yell incoherently at the chute we came out of, saying fits and some curse words.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright,
Yeah, that really seemed like it came out of nowhere.
This is just gonna have to work for now. That'll be good enough. Alright, so you yell back at the chute.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did you yell? I was distracted.
I said Fitz his name and then some curse words, but most of it's incoherent other than that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Fitz apparently had some reason to ditch you guys.
To flush us?
To flush you.
So I can stab him on the next time loop, right?
You what? What'd you say?
So I can stab him on the next time loop, right?
Sure, but if time resets while you're inside the Simevolk structure, you're not going anywhere.
It's not looking pretty for us.
It's not Skyrim. We can't save and auto save and refresh.
Hey, that'd be a fun concept for a tabletop RPG. You can like rewind time a certain amount, like 30 seconds.
Ooh, give somebody a remote.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so yeah,
Prince
so these
of Persia, the tabletop game.
These two bodies come flying out of this garbage chute up here and splash down.
Hey, speaking of trash, that guy looks familiar.
Hava Beer, it's you and Gorza. You guys are both here. You guys were entered the structure, and you guys have been trying to like sneaking your way around the structure, trying to find anything important. And the same water that got these guys got you guys. It flooded the entire ring and drained into this garbage chute.
Oh, yes. This is disgusting. Gorza, you all right?
I am fine, Havabeer. Who are they? And she points across the way, and you look up and you see familiar faces, except for one. You don't recognize the tabaxi that's with them.
Oh fuck! There's a charity brigade I was telling you about.
Charity brigade?
They were my companions on our quest for the Dark Spider. We're not on the best of terms. They got a little aggravated with me because I may have taken it a bit hard on this gnome that was... Where is the gnome?
Perhaps you can just apologize for the way you treated him?
Maybe. I don't know. Look. Hey, guys. And I approach the group.
Yeah,
Want to see you guys under this circumstance. So
Lulu sees you approaching, and she doesn't recognize you quite yet. She lifts up the 9 lives Stealer greatsword and just holds it up, like, stay back.
Please don't hurt us.
Well,
Havabeer says you are his friends.
Sakapuno stops screaming up into the chute, immediately realizes who it is, turns around and runs over to go give him a bugbear hug.
And I happily accept.
And I say, I thought you died! The spiders took you! This has been terrible! Fitz has betrayed us! You were right all along!
I think you mean rats.
Oh! Oh, that's actually all right. Yeah, I did like the sniveling little weasel. How is everybody? Well,
I mean,
everybody okay?
Raz saw better days, but the rest of
Oh,
us were doing okay.
I actually liked him. Where's Raz?
Eaten by a tree,
Yeah,
actually.
he got 8. I got stabbed in the chest. I
He got better.
pull my shirt up a little bit just to show where the hole used to be. Be like, oh yeah, you see?
Gotcha.
The
Well,
shirt used to be inside me too.
Wait.
It used to be inside.
You got stabbed by the tree, yes?
Yeah.
You are one lucky person to survive that.
oh, what tree are they talking about?
There was a demon tree. It ate a lot of dogs.
Before
So
I
many
managed to
dogs.
escape, I saw them working on summoning things through this demonic portal on the ground.
Oh, you knew about this?
I didn't know about your party, but I knew about the tree.
Well, I'm glad you guys made it out okay.
It's to the cat person and says, "Tell them about the demon tree with the portal."
To Salem?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And Salem steps forward and just says, I was trapped and they were going to use me for experiments and your party managed to defeat this giant demonic tree, ripping everything apart.
Well, I'm sad that I missed out on that. That must
So,
have been a fun fight.
Around this time, Lulu realizes that Avir is right there, and she's holding his previous sword. So I would like to make a check to see if I can slip this away back into myself.
Sleight of
before
hand
he
check,
notices.
please.
Okay. Sleight of hand. I don't think I've made one of these checks. That's going to be a
Yeah.
5.
Okay,
You
so
fucked that one up.
as you go to put the sword away, you kind of in your haste, you put the sword away, but the blade of it is just protruding from the side of your body, unbeknownst to you.
Lulu, you look kind of funny. Are you feeling okay?
Never
Oh,
better.
wait a second. My sword! That's awesome. You found my sword. Thank you so much for holding that for me.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see your name on it, so I thought I'd make use of it.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you, put it to good use, but I'm ready to take that back now.
Fucking yoink.
I like that. I didn't see your name on it.
Lulu is indecisive. She's not holding it away from him, but she's not giving it to him either.
I'm going to be bold, and I am going to give her just a big hug. Like, I haven't seen her for a long time. And as I am hugging her, I'm going to casually reach over for the sword because, under the assumption she's going to give it to me, try to make it look very reasonable. Great to see you again, and thank you so much. I was very afraid this had been lost.
Just so you know, the only part of the sword you can see is the blade.
Oh, the blade's sticking out. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, forget about the hug. And I'm just gonna sit there.
I only want to hug you if I can take stuff from you.
It was sort of
Bunsen just really wants a hug.
Okay, you know what? I gave him the hug. Forget it. I'm happy to see everybody.
Yeah, happy to see you too, bro.
Lulu accepts the hug.
All right, great. So, did any of my other belongings happen to make it out of the cave?
I think Furlough has his backpack and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Other
actually. I toss his backpack over to him.
Okay. So you've got all your inventory back, Havabir, except for the sword.
Oh, great. All right, well, I would like to have my primary weapon back, so again, thanks, Lulu. I don't know what to say. That was very nice of you to hang on to that for me.
Yeah.
Let's maybe not steal from our friends. Just
That's a little ironic.
part.
Bunsen, you can call for, a performance check or whatever check you want from him if you
I guess
want to.
persuasion.
Or persuasion, that's what I was thinking, yeah. It's up to you, though, because you can just decide that Lulu... But if you're undecided and you need a die to decide, you can call for a check.
Yeah, I'd like him to roll persuasion.
All right. And let me see. Oh, cool. I've got my little stats up anyway. Oh, shite.
Alright, so...
Wah, wah.
So, I assume that, from your perspective, Lulu, Havabeer seems disingenuous.
Yeah. So
Disingenuous. I found it. It was mine. I used it in battle, and
No, more about, like, how nice you are and how thankful you are and all this stuff, like,
oh,
is what I'm imagining.
that might actually be kind of accurate.
maybe it should have been a deception check then. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, he was very pleased that the sword wasn't lost.
That's true. But yeah, Lulu doesn't really trust Avavir. Granted, he happened to, like, as it just became apparent, he happened to be somewhat right about Fitz. She still doesn't really like his attitude. He was very argumentative with the team multiple times.
Gotcha. Lulu?
Yeah.
And then
My sword.
you see this pretty tough-looking half orc female step beside, and it says half orc on the token, but she's actually a full orc female. Step beside Havabeer, and she just says, "I thought these were your friends, Havabeer."
They are. This one's Lulu's acting strange. I'm not sure if it's well, I'm sure she's been traumatized by seeing so many other Steinbolk
Might I
treated in
interrupt
this
here?
manner.
Might I interrupt here, everyone, and think that we can continue this conversation not in a trash pit? We can look for a way out.
I would, but I would like to be able to defend myself to my maximum capability once we do make
Hey,
it out
that's
of here.
great.
And I'm gonna look
But
over to Sokka.
While you guys
Sokka,
are talking, you hear a loud, like, creaking coming, like, echoing through the corridors and some of these tubes that come into this chamber, and you just kind of hear, and you kind of hear a flush of liquid rushing somewhere off in the distance.
I'm
Hey
gonna make
guys,
it to
I think we're about ready to have issues.
I'm looking at Sokka and Furlough. Are you guys gonna let this happen? And I look at Lulu.
So Sakapuno is going to turn to Lulu and give her the look and say, the just thing would be to return his sword.
But how do we know he won't use it on us?
Yeah, he might be an asshole, but he's an asshole with the same bigger issues that we've got. He hasn't done anything against us so far. So let's make sure that we just all get out of here alive. Then we can worry about who's the bigger dick. Thank you.
She turns to you, Lulu. Gorza does, and then she says, "I thought do you claim to be Havabeer's friend?"
I'm not sure if he considers me his friend.
Well, he told me he considers you a friend. Are you his friend or not? We have a job here to do. Please return his sword if you are a friend.
That's up for him to decide. And with that, she reluctantly returns the sword.
Yay!
And I'm gonna look to her and say, "Thank you very much, friend." All right, let's go. And
by the way, I would like to ask, what are you? She looks you up and down, Lulu.
the thing of dreams, baby.
No, I don't quite have 20 charisma.
Never mind. We have some places to go. But you do tell me about your origins sometime.
It's not pretty.
I lean into Lulu. I think she likes you.
I'm sorry if that was a touchy subject.
Am I still in tune with the sword if I've been in tune with it, or do I have to re-in tune with it?
I think you have to re-attune with it. You just need to spend a short rest with it. You don't need.
Gotcha.
You normally have to spend 2 short rests, one to discover, like learn about it, and another one to attune to it. But you only need one since you already know about it. You can still use it
Then
like a sword, though.
I'm gonna look to Lulu, and I'm gonna pull Terso's teeth off my back, and I am going to hold it out in front of her and just say, "I'd like to offer this as a gesture of my gratitude for keeping my sword for me, and
What is this?
continued friendship."
What is this item?
Whoa.
Nice.
I don't know what this is.
Terso's teeth.
Yeah.
That's his
It's the most
double-bladed scimitar that he's had from the beginning. It's like sentimental to him.
Oh.
well.
Lulu's going to accept it, a little surprised that he actually showed a sign of gesture to another person.
Wow.
And wait, that's legitimately the kind of read Lulu had on him. And
Oh,
she's going to say, "Thank you. What is this?"
ask me another time, and I'm going to, like if it's action time, let's do this. Let's do something.
All right.
Like it's
While they're talking, Sakapuna is going to start looking around at each of the little chutes that we came out of. What can we see from looking up, basically?
So when you look up, it kind of is so tall that like the ceiling gets dark. So there are actually like lights kind of around the midsection of this room, but it's so tall that the light gets dimmer by the time it gets to the ceiling. And so you can see it. It's like looking up at the top of like a big warehouse or something. How it's kind of dark up in the rafters, and but it's more like an egg shape, this room. So it's kind of a dome way up there. All you see, aside from metal plates that make up this dome, is these periodic chutes that are just dropping all sorts of different types of waste, and then 2 rings of lights, one about halfway between the ceiling and the floor, and then another one just slightly lower than that, about halfway between the middle ring and the floor. Clearly, they only care about lighting up the area where the trash is being compiled.
how deep? Like, is it just like a knee-deep sludge that we're standing in, or are there depths below us?
So it's more like think of like there's piles of dry trash, and then there's areas of where it's probably like ankle to knee deep liquid, but there's a lot of dry trash that's sticking out of the top like little mounds, and you guys are on one of the mounds. I assume you wouldn't be standing in liquid if you had the choice.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Especially not Lulu.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like my own family's here.
I'm gonna reach into my inventory and I'm gonna pull my piton.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie a rope to the end of it, and I am going to look for any doors near the ceiling.
Okay. Looking for doors near the ceiling.
Yeah. I assume that we were let in.
How many feet of rope do you need, or do you have?
50.
Okay, it's way taller than that.
Okay.
It's probably at least 300 to 400 feet tall. It's huge.
Shit. Okay, so probably not going to be able to do that. Are there
Also, you don't see any doors up there anyway.
Okay, so is that completely smooth wall from bottom to top as far as we can see?
As far as you can tell, so the mounds do kind of go down as they get out towards the edge of the room, and there's like lights like sort of half covered by sludge at the base, and so you can it looks like there's probably a third ring of lights, but you can only see a few of them poking above the line of sludge.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go down over to the edge where those lights are, and I'm gonna start looking around for any way out or anything other than
Okay.
smooth wall.
Okay, and
Chev?
also, by the way, the chutes are above the lights. They're at the very top. You just fell all the way from the very top, and just landed in like this soft, mushy sludge, so it didn't hurt you. But you are gonna have a real hard time getting back to any of those chutes.
Okay.
Hey, Chev.
What?
Was Fitz carrying the tablet device on him?
He sure was.
Shit.
When we find Fitz, I'm gonna deck him. I'm gonna deck him real good, right in the
Well,
back.
you
You know
don't know
what?
what happened yet.
You know what? I might deck him too.
We fight Fitz, just leave him to me.
All
I
right,
think I
so
was making
as
an
you guys are
impression.
talking, this chute over here, you hear a loud sound as like the Simvolk, the Simvolk material that makes up the chute, kind of opens up the front of it, and it's way up tall. It's probably like a couple 100 feet up there. This chute, and a bunch of like green weird liquid comes pouring out and hits the ground right there, and starts filling up, and you guys can see the liquid rising around you.
No.
The mounds you're standing on are getting are becoming smaller and smaller as the liquid takes over.
I have a
Gotcha.
feeling that we're in trouble, fellas.
Yeah. Does this have any particularly bad effect on me, given that I don't really have skin?
Are you touching the liquid? Because right now there's still dry trash mounds.
I'll say that I was on the lower end of one of these mountains. I'm climbing up as it raises, but like a little bit touched me probably.
Okay, so you dipped some in because I didn't say any touched you.
Well, that's what I'm imagining would have happened.
I'm gonna say I'm primordial to whatever this thing seems to be. Speak.
Bunsen's subtle attempts to influence the universe. All
They
right.
are subtle.
Okay, fine. Some touched you. It just made you. It was just wet. It didn't seem like it hurt you.
All right, still gross. Like I shake it off a little bit, like gross.
Ew.
Yeah.
So, do I see anything looking around? The kind of the bottom of the, looking for the bottom corner.
No. So, in fact, are you trying to go under the water at all, or?
I'm just trying to see if there's anything below. I mean, obviously, like you said, we know we can't get back the way we came, and so I know that there's this ring of lights you described, and I'm looking for anything about it that looks like it might offer a way out.
So the trash mounds are all over the place, but there's this one particular part. I'll even draw it. Let's see. It's like this little area over here that's particularly just liquid. And so it looks like it could be a deeper than the rest of it. It's all this
Gotcha.
green grody liquid.
If I step my feet in, do I start to sink?
Oh yeah, as soon as you step in, you sink down to your waist, and the further you go out, the further you sink down. Out there, you can't touch the bottom now without diving.
Okay, I'm gonna dive and I'm gonna see what I can see.
Okay. So as you dive, it's totally murky. You can hardly see anything. Are you gonna hug the wall? I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hug the wall, and you can kind of get a foot, maybe two, of dim lighting through this murky, gross water. And you do see there is another ring of lights, a third ring of lights, and you actually can see down pretty far to a fourth ring of lights before the trash mounds press up against the wall again.
Okay. Is it smooth wall from third ring to fourth ring?
Yeah, everything's really smooth. You get the picture that this place is designed to hold a lot of trash and might actually be pretty full already.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna pop out and inform the. Well, is there anything left to explore? Like, if I go to the bottom of the fourth ring, is there just trash in my way that I can't?
There's trash in your
move
way.
past?
You could definitely try to move some of it. A lot of it's just loose and floating, But
Okay, yeah, I'll dig. I'll see if that gets me anywhere.
okay, go ahead and roll me a. Let's see, what's a good one?
Athletics or
Intimidation.
something.
Yeah, I was thinking athletics. Yeah, do that.
All right.
Because
Roll one.
your
Midget.
your leverage is going to
14.
depend on your ability to swim, which is pretty good.
Yeah, which is really good. The best.
Yeah. Okay.
So 22.
So you are able to easily part enough trash for you to fit and hug the wall. I will warn you that if you go down, it could start to close around above you, so you might have to dig back out.
I can breathe. I'm fine.
Okay, that's right. You can breathe underwater. Is that indefinite?
Yeah, there's no time limit on it. I've got gills.
Oh, sweet.
Wait, you have
That was an
gills?
Yeah, he's a Triton.
I did not know that.
And I've been dying to use that skill set this entire, like, all of Echoverse. Finally a chance to do it.
You get to do it through shit water.
Okay,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
so
no kidding.
so
I'm
you
sure it
dig.
feels like smoky.
You dig down a little bit, and so you uncover that fourth ring, and you dig down, and there's a fifth ring of lights. Are you gonna keep digging downward?
There's got to be a bottom somewhere.
Okay. All right. You keep digging, and
There's
then
one right here. What do you
and then
mean?
it closes behind you as you keep going down, and finally, after the seventh ring of lights of you digging down the side of this trash heap, you see at the bottom that there are. Let's see. I'll draw what you can see, but it's like these big swirly blades that all kind of interlock. I saw another one here, and
Oh shit! Like big sink disposals.
yeah, like they're grinding up the garbage, and it's slowly chugging through all this trash and sending it down. You can't see any farther this way, but presumably it probably covers the whole floor, given the way that they look from where you are, from the ones you can
Oh,
see. And
okay.
you can see they have a lot of torque, and so they're moving pretty slowly. So they're not fast moving. It's not like you get sucked in and like ground up instantly, but like they're clearly very powerful, just slowly churning in this trash.
Okay, let me ask you this: Are they spinning? Are they spinning slowly enough to where if you were to come into contact one, it would be just a matter of avoiding getting pushed, like pinched between it and a second object?
Yes. So if you've ever seen those like giant compact trash compactor things, where you could like throw a car in it, and it slowly grinds the car into it.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
it's like that, but it's only dangerous at the point where you're getting smashed between the two things, and there's no space between any of them because they perfectly interlock.
Oh, okay. So that's the case here. It's like locking gears. There's no space between them. So if you were to, there'd be nowhere to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. The only way to get between them is to get ground between them.
Okay. Well, I am not going to pull a shenanigans, and instead, I am going to start working my way back up through the filth. I know that some of the shit closed up back behind me, but I'll just dig at it and see what I can do.
It's not micrometer like perfect, so there's probably like a few inches of space, but nothing that you could fit through.
I was about to say, yeah, nothing that would allow anybody but perhaps a Cyborg to fit through. Maybe Lulu would survive that, but anybody who isn't a Cyborg would be destroyed.
Interesting.
Well, Lulu can breathe underwater now that she has the aura of the sea.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Can you change that aura ever, or is that permanent?
I can change it on each level up.
Oh, nice. Cool. All right, so do you swim back up then?
Yeah, there's nothing more to inform, and I am keeping my eyes open for any sort of discarded, I don't know, weaponry, money.
Okay.
Rations, I'll just
it's
leave
really
where
hard
they
to
are.
see anywhere beside, you have to basically hug the wall where the ring of lights are, because you don't have a other light source unless you make one of some kind somehow that I'm not aware of. So you can only see kind of the here, let's see. So you can only really see like that.
Yeah,
while
and
you're
we're making
down
the
there.
assumption that he has like crocodile eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can see it underwater as well as a crocodile or a fish or anything else that has like a film blocking their cornea so that they
Oh
can,
yeah.
like,
So it's not
okay.
hurting you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're not getting any
Yeah,
guys.
you're fine. It's nothing's hurting you. It's just that you can barely see. It's so thick and murky.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm
It's
gonna.
thick.
My goal is to swim through all the muck, get to the surface, and then inform the group of what I've seen.
Okay. Roll me a. Let's see. Roll me a. Where did it go?
Athletics again?
Roll me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
You got to battle
I
against.
to remember how to do that. Is that from the main screen?
Yep.
Yep. It's right there on
Okay.
the right side of your sheet.
Okay, I think I
Okay.
saved that pretty comfortably.
All right, nice. So as you're going upward, this giant like chunk of solid trash that's like this, almost like this big floating boulder, comes crashing through the rest of the loose trash you've been digging through, and it's pulling everything with it because it's creating like a little bit of a current, a little bit of a wake
Like a
behind
whirlpool
it.
behind it.
Yeah, exactly. And as you go by, you kick real hard with your webbed feet, and you're able to break through that current and bust through. And then you're able to dig your way out, moving the trash that moved back in the way out of the way until you're back in this clearer area. The water is now higher, and your party is standing on the only mound that is left, which is like just right here.
All right. So, as I surface, I'm gonna laugh and say, "Come on in. The effluent is fine."
Yeah, no thanks.
Have a beer. What are we going to do? I'm not a Triton.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now. So I'm going to tell you that the answer is not to go further down. There's giant grinders down there that are destroying the trash and anything solid, and there's no way to pass through those. I did not see any doors on the way down, so the only way to go, as far as I can tell, is up. Now, the water level has risen. Can anybody see how far it is to those chutes that we went through?
So it's risen, but it's at least 200 feet up to the chutes. So you've got a ways to go.
Gotcha. Um,
It's only
Who has
risen by
rope?
a couple feet in the last 20 minutes.
Who has rope?
I have rope.
Yep.
I think
Okay,
I got-
so I have 50. Okay, I have 50 feet. Who else has 50 feet? Or who else has what?
I give you a full 50 feet.
Okay, so I count 3. 50, 50, 50.
You
Do we
guys.
have 2 more?
At 50.
Hold up. Yeah, I got some 50-foot.
So 150
Okay.
so far. Oh wait,
I
200
think I
so
have
far, right?
200.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn
feet.
to. Huh?
Sakapuna's
number
got
5?
50 feet of rope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I count
the
myself,
4 of you makes
Saka,
200.
Furlough, and Kairon. Did Lulu say she had rope?
Only like 4 times.
Oh, okay. There's 250 feet. And so I'm going to go to the group. I'm going to collect all the rope, and I'm going to tie end to end to end to end and put it in a big coil. And I'm going to turn to Gorza. Gorza, take your bow, tie this rope to an arrow, and see if you can hit the ceiling.
All right. So Gorza looks at the rope and she says, "My bow is not that powerful, because it's a lot of rope, like to carry that much rope is going to take a lot of force because it's going to get heavier and heavier as it uncoils off the ground, right?" And so
Gotcha.
she says, "It's not that strong, but I'll try." And she ties the rope to one of her arrows and shoots it upward, and it goes up probably about 50 feet, but then that rope gets super heavy and falls back down.
Okay.
What's the material of the what's the smoothness of the walls?
It's like metal plates. Everything is like metal plates. They look like they have like rivets around the plates to hold them in place.
Gotcha.
Except for they're colored. They're
Hold on.
multicolored, like Simevolk.
Puno is going to walk over to the arrow and pick it that fell down and pick it up and look at it. And then he's going to try to throw it at the ceiling.
Okay. Let's see.
No.
Go ahead and
way.
roll an athletics check for me. Okay. The arrow goes up about maybe a little higher than what Gorza was able to shoot it with the bow, and then falls back down.
Okay. Well, if absurd strength helps, then I'm just going to take the arrow, replace it with my piton, and I'm going to take a throw at the ceiling.
Okay. Roll a athletics check.
All right.
Quick question.
Uh-huh.
Does it look like a Simevolk could manage climbing the wall at all?
I was about to ask, yeah, is there any chance that someone can like climb that bitch? Grab like some darts?
If you had like a cave Simevolk maybe, but It looks pretty smooth. I don't think you'd be able to do it without having some kind of ability to walk on walls or something.
17.
You could
If only we
you
had a
could
party member that could turn into a spider.
Oh, so sad.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, so my roll, did that do anything?
No, you made it a little farther maybe, but it's nowhere near close enough.
Okay.
I need to
let's
determine
see.
what a jump distance is.
Let's see. I have a thing for that. Where's my GM screen?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's jumping that distance.
Well, I mean, because I have so as a monk, I have Step of the Wind. It could be used to disengage a dash.
Oh yeah.
So we could try to do a dash forward, see if we can get the necessary force to go and dig into the side of the thing.
Jump
climb up.
jump height is 3 plus your strength with a 10-foot running start. Height is halved from just standing.
I'm gonna take one of my divers and I'm gonna take a stab at the wall with it.
One of
That's
your
what I was thinking.
Your daggers?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a athletics check.
All right.
Okay. All right. You hit the wall with the dagger and it kind of glances off, and your dagger like folds sideways instantly as soon as you hit it. Like it doesn't not bent, but like folds in your hand. Goes sideways, like slips.
Oh, okay. Do I
Can
get
I-
any indication that the metal would be punctured at any point, or am I just gonna break my dagger if I hit it harder?
There's no evidence that you did anything to it.
Okay.
Can I give a try at the jump stuff?
Sure.
Maybe get that dash and then the jump going and dig into the wall with
Okay.
with some daggers. Okay, so what do I roll on that one? I guess strength, right?
Yeah, and are you guys aiming for anything particular up top? Like, where are you trying to land this piton?
I was just throwing. I was just seeing if I could get it high enough. If I can't even get a quarter of the way, then I'm gonna say that yeah, that's not gonna work, and I'm gonna untie all the ropes and give everybody their respective ropes back.
Wait, hold on, keep it there. I mean, hand it to me. Like, let's see if the jump thing can work.
Oh yeah.
I can
Oh.
try to get up to the place.
I've never
someplace.
seen a double jump.
Okay, I'm gonna roll my stuff now.
Hang on.
Whoa!
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Unfortunately, that was a save.
Oh yeah, you rolled a strength save.
Well,
No.
if you would have been in trouble, that would have gotten you out.
Wait, so I'll give it to you if the modifier is the same. What were you were trying to roll athletics, right?
Wasn't it supposed to be strength plus
Oh, that's just a raw number. That's not a roll. Your jump height is 3 plus your strength. Not not the modifier, just your strength. So whatever your strength is, let's see.
Oh, my strength is 15.
Okay, so your jump height is 18 with a 10-foot running start. And then I assumed that was going to be your athletics check because I was having everyone roll athletics checks for throwing it to see how hard you could throw it.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, and so let's see. What is your athletics modifier?
I'll tell you that right now. Hold on, actually. Skills. Athletics modifier is going to be +2.
Okay, then I'm not giving you that roll. So roll an athletics check for me. Sorry.
Aw.
God damn it!
A 20.
Hold on. I didn't roll it. Hold on. I rolled it, but it didn't register. So.
Aw.
All right, so you jump up 18 feet and you throw it, and you make it about probably 10 to 20 feet more, and then it falls back down and hits you in the shoulder before it hits the ground.
Gotcha. I'm gonna turn to Lulu and say, "Can you make yourself into a sack?"
What kind of sack?
A sack?
Yes, a big sack. like a parachute.
I don't know.
Let's try it.
I was actually wondering if I could be flung up there.
You weigh like 300 or 400 pounds. I don't think anybody's throwing you up there.
So I was actually wondering if Lulu would be able to be like flung, kind of like flinging a rubber band.
I mean, that would be pretty creative if you can figure out how to pull that off.
Yeah, I would just need like 2 people. Like I would just need to be held at 2 points and let go at the bottom first, like stretched out like a rubber band.
I don't see how we'd have the space for that though, because aren't we getting kind of cramped? And wouldn't that take a lot of
Well, I mean,
bungee,
we still have
distance?
at least like 15
Yeah, it would.
feet.
We could also try just punching the grinder thing, breaking it so we can go through too. That's
How
the
is
thing.
anybody going to
sounds
get down there to
brilliant.
punch it, though?
Tell me how that works out.
Trident man. Swims one of us down there. We get down there and wail on it. Just,
Yeah.
Or after we die from drowning?
Hang on, guys. I've got an idea.
So did I, but you go first.
Hey, have a beer. That'll look like machinery, right?
Yes.
Machinery typically is powered, correct?
Correct.
You need to get out of the water because I'm about ready to electrify all this fucking water.
Now, before we do that, lights also run off of power. And do we want to try to figure all this out in the dark?
I got dark vision.
Beer's about to
have-
save you from the mistake I thought you were going to make.
And secondly, please listen to me closely, Furlough. Even if those gears stopped, they are interlocked, so there would be no way to get around them. We would have to go through them, and they look too strong. Especially since you are not going to be able to go that far underwater, neither is Sakapuno. And for me, it was such cramped quarters with all the trash on top of me, I could never swing my hammer at those. Let's leave the lights on for now. How about?
It's up to you guys to try.
Sakapuno.
I'll give it a
No,
try.
I have a backup plan. Is it just the one hole that the fluid's coming out of?
Yes.
How far up is it?
About 200 feet.
I was going to wonder. I was going to try to turn Lulu into a parachute and use my wind to blow her up there.
Oh, that's clever.
Hang on. Could Lulu hoist a person up there if she were a parachute?
She could hold the rope and then find something to tie it off to.
I'd be willing to try.
If she can get me up there, I can start unloading chromatic orb into where that water is coming from and freeze the shit.
I
Wouldn't
like
it
that
just build
idea.
up behind it?
I mean, it might explode that tube, but it would at least stop it from flooding this.
I'm willing to try the parachute idea.
If we'd let it flood and we just swim up through one of the tubes once it's filled up.
I'm not sure if it will get that high just because the compactor is still taking everything down as water comes in, and the water could stop at any time. If the water were to stop, then we'd start moving lower.
Let's try the parachute thing.
All right. Turn
If that
yourself
doesn't
into a
work,
parachute, Lulu,
We could bust at the walls.
and hold this rope. And you're probably going to want to drop everything you're carrying.
Yeah, Lulu is going to put all of her inventory on this mound here.
Okay.
And then Lulu's going to head over to Avabir.
Okay. And so you drop all your gear and you swim over. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I redrew the circle. That circle where the rest of you are, that's the only place where there's dry, quote unquote, trash mound.
Sakapuno is going to pick up and hold all of Lulu's gear in his bag.
Okay. I was about to ask about that. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so to leave that mound right there, you had to swim.
Okay.
Beer's been swimming this whole time.
All right. So, Lulu's gonna head over to Avir and ask, "Okay, what do you want me to do?"
All right, I want you to turn into, imagine paper, but all reaching at a single point. You know what a parachute looks like, right?
Sure.
You need to be thin. You need to be very,
Imagine a boat sail.
yes.
I don't think Lulu's
And
seen a boat sail.
Javi,
Turn yourself into a giant thin sheet.
I think you want her to form into some kind of rod or something at first, right?
rod?
Yeah, then you throw her up there, and then she turns into a parachute.
That is a great idea. Yes, turn yourself into a javelin. I've always wanted to throw a javelin, Lulu. This is going to be great.
Lulu's
Oh,
a little
turn
concerned.
yourself into a
Point
triton.
of inquiry, wasn't it you that was
Saying,
raising the
yeah, she
question
was
of
too
Lulu's
heavy.
weight?
She, her figure's great. It's,
Thanks.
this is getting awkward. All right.
Amazing.
I don't ship it.
Wall up to 30 feet high. 10 feet high. Let's see. You can make the wall up to 30 feet long, 10 feet high, 1 foot thick, or you can make a ring wall. Okay. All right. So there are limitations here. So let's do this. And Furlough, prep chromatic orb, if you would.
All right.
Freeze.
Furlough's hand goes down, and this small little cold whitish sphere starts to form in his palm.
Okay, I'm gonna cast water
I
wall.
love that visual.
Wonder Wall.
Yep, I'm gonna cast wall of water, and I'm gonna set it up on end. So instead of being 30 feet, a wall 30 feet long and 10 feet high, it's 30 feet high and 10 feet long. And I'm also going to try to stagger it to be as much as stair-like as it can be.
That's a lot of leeway I'm giving you on water wall, but all right.
All right.
Water wall
So-
or like Wonder Wall?
Awesome. So you're gonna let me cast that?
Yeah, it's gonna be more like a ramp though, not so much a staircase.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna so after Furlough freezes it, does he?
All right. So where are you throwing the wall down?
Kind of just off, like sort of starting at the highest point of the trash mound we're all standing on,
Okay, so that'd be like the
or you're all
center.
standing on.
So that'd be like from here, and then what, aimed that way?
Yeah.
All right, so this huge tons of water just form from this point up here, the top of the arrow, and then they splash down at this angle, hitting the mound. And for a minute, it seems to be this tilted, hovering wall of water, 30 feet long, but more like 25 feet high or 20 feet high, depending on how much you have it inclined.
Sure. So yeah, and is it frozen now?
All right. So I fling chromatic orb into the water.
Okay. And so this orb hits the edge of the water and immediately just flash freezes. Just like shoots the ice almost instantaneously, just covers the whole wall of water, and now it's this slippery ramp of ice.
All right, so I'm gonna start going up it. Lulu, follow me, and Gorza, can I borrow your bow and arrow for a minute?
Okay. This wall of water, it's not smooth ice since it was like kind of flowing and stuff. So there are some bumps and stuff, but it's very slippery.
Okay. So then I am going to.
What angle is it inclined at?
It's gonna be pretty damn steep. Like if it's 25 feet high. Let's see, 25 feet. at a 30 feet maximum. If it was straight up and down, it'd be 30 feet. So yeah, pretty damn steep.
Okay, so then I'm gonna say you can't just walk up it like that.
Okay, then I'm gonna collect from. I'm gonna ask Gorza for her bow and arrow. Like I did.
Okay, and Gorza hands it over to you.
All right, I'm gonna throw the rope over my shoulder, and I'm gonna whip out 2 daggers and start climbing up this thing, using them as kind of as ice picks.
Daggers or pitons?
I only have 1 piton, and it's like a small thing that I imagine it as to be thrown. Daggers, I'm imagining like almost like the way Wolverine climbs up stuff. Just
All
stabbing
right.
each one in front of the other.
All right. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check then.
All right. Now, if there was a bad time for the dice to stab me in the back, no one. Oh, good. Okay.
So you're able to steadily make your way up the wall pretty safely. You slip a couple times a little bit, but nothing that loses your footing. And so you're able to kind of on all fours using the daggers make your way up to close to the top.
Cool.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
How is Lulu supposed to climb this?
I've got the rope.
Okay,
Yeah, he took the rope up with him.
gotcha.
So the first thing I'm going to do when I get to the top is stab both of my daggers at the top and push my feet up against them, like outward toward them, so I've got some sort of grip. And I am going to thread an arrow on the bow with the rope tied up to it. And before getting Lulu involved, I'm going to cast a gust of wind, maybe about 10 feet higher than I'm standing,
Okay.
and toward the door for the chute,
Okay.
or toward the chute itself.
Okay, and then gust of wind is a line of strong wind 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. Blast from you in a direction you choose for the spell's duration. So you're blasting it from you upward toward the chute?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't realize that only lasted a minute. I thought it lasted longer than that. So before I shoot my arrow, I'm gonna get Lulu up there with me, because if the arrow doesn't work, I'm gonna have to have her jump in immediately.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw the rope down to her, tie one end off on one of the embedded daggers, and start pulling her up.
All right, Lulu's gonna grab onto the rope and start going up.
Okay, so you're able to pretty easily, you being a Steinvolk, use the rope to get up there without much trouble.
The ice isn't too cold or anything?
No, you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the room is
So-
the room is actually largely warm except for this sheet of ice, which is looking a little drippy now, by the way.
Gotcha. So then my next few actions are going to be fast. First thing I'm going to do is cast the wind and then shoot the arrow.
Okay, and then you're hoping the wind will carry the arrow?
Yes.
Okay, and
Propel it further than it would have gone.
All right, and then Lulu is up there with you now at the top?
Yes, so she can jump in immediately with the other end of the rope if this fails.
Jump in immediately. What do you mean? Like, how is Lulu involved? What are you doing?
Okay, so Lulu's going to turn herself into a parachute.
Right.
And I figured she was she understood. And so yeah, I'm gonna shoot the arrow first and send it see if it sticks. Because if it sticks, then no need for Lulu to even get involved. We're set. If it doesn't, then we're going to need Lulu to float up there.
So Lulu is a plan B.
Okay, so
Yes.
this wall of air only lasts for 1 minute. All right, so the arrow is carried up there, but it makes contact barely with the chute, but it doesn't stick to anything. It just falls back down.
Okay, so then without missing a beat, Javier hands Lulu the arrow. Says, "Your turn. Get up there."
Lulu's a little surprised at how sudden this is, but she thinks you're asking her to jump up into the airstream. right?
jump up into the airstream, and as you contact the airstream, thin and widen yourself so it acts like a wind pushing on a sail. You know, the
Okay.
parachute thing.
This is amazing.
Chev, would this be an intelligence check to first basically make sure that Lulu understood and does this properly?
Yeah, so I want you to roll an intelligence check to make sure you understand, and then a performance check for whatever you're trying to actually turn into.
Okay,
Can
so
Hava
just a
Bear, by trying to help talk her through this as she's making her check, add assistance to that check?
Sure,
No.
roll intelligence check with advantage.
All right, just
I think
straight
my-
intelligence.
No, what's a good one? No.
Performance.
Performance.
History?
Performance
guess
kind of
just-
captures the whole thing.
Just do intelligence, that's fine.
Okay.
Actually, this would be more like wisdom, wouldn't it?
Well,
Wisdom, I think, would be more of like checking on, like understanding somebody else. or
Wisdom would
understanding-
be being able to figure out if this is a good idea. Intelligence would be knowing how to execute the idea.
Exactly. This is a technology understanding. This would be intelligence for sure.
All right. We need a comprehension skill.
no,
All right.
straight intelligence.
Yeah,
Well, that's
roll straight
intelligence.
intelligence.
14.
Okay. Oh, you have a -2. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
she's
right. I
kinda
forgot.
I have
Okay.
6 intelligence.
All right. So that's enough. Like he's been explaining this to you for a long time now, and you at least understand that you need to be lofty like a sheet, and you've seen leaves and stuff fall to the ground, so you get the basic idea.
Okay.
Be the leaf. Be the leaf.
Okay, and now
You're
roll a
the
performance check. I assume you're gonna jump in there now.
Yep.
Okay, roll
Is
performance.
this with or without advantage?
This is without.
Okay. 6.
Now, can I give her my inspiration?
No, that's not a thing.
Okay. Because I have inspiration from a game or two ago, so I have that second roll.
Okay, so Lulu, you jump into the wind, and you form into like kind of a flat sheet, but you form into like super flat, and so like instead of it being like a parachute where the wind pushes on the center part of the bulbous chute. Instead, you're like a flat piece of paper, so you kind of go off in a direction to the right, and you're kind of flying around a little bit, and then you barely manage to come back down and land on the edge of the ice wall, which is looking even more drippy now.
Okay, can I just grab her, like grabbing a blanket, tie like her four corners together, and then try to loft her back into the wind?
Yes, roll me a
That's
performance
solid.
check.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I don't
Solid
even
material,
ask
you
for
know?
permission. I just roll
roll a performance check.
Lulu into the fucking wind like, eh.
Just so you know, Lulu isn't like a solid material.
I just grab and do it. Like I'm not wondering about whether you're liquid or solid. I'm just trying to execute here. Let's see. Performance check. Ready, roll.
Okay, so you go to grab Lulu, and your hand just kind of goes right through her because she's so thin, like a sheet. You're trying to grab the corners, but it's more like trying to grab the corners of Jello.
Oh, great. So
I'm gonna, you know what?
You
I'm
could
gonna try
ask
my, I'm gonna
Lulu
try my
to
jump stuff
wrap
again.
herself around you.
Lulu, I need a handle.
Kayron, what are you trying to do?
I'm gonna do my jump thing again. I'm gonna run up this fucking ice thing. All right.
You holding the
Alan's
rope so you
fucking-
can, because you can't run up it without the rope.
Yes, with the rope. Thank you for riding.
Okay, I'm gonna give you.
Just
Does
imagine
this
me
involve-
like,
I'm gonna give you a -2 feet on that because this is not a straight running start. You're gonna be holding the rope and sprinting up a steep incline.
right,
Before he
right.
rolls for this, can I just say, with the fact that this is ice, a dead sprint, and a planted jump, I really hope he rolls a 1 just for the hilarity that
Yeah, no, exactly. Hey, man, I was hoping to be honest.
All right, go, Karen, roll.
I roll athletics,
What's
right?
he rolling?
Yeah, let's do athletics.
Athletics. Oh, fucking goody. Let's go. Wait, wouldn't it be acrobatics? because I have to keep like my balance while I'm like doing this.
No, well, okay, fine. You probably should roll both. The athletics was for the throw at the end, but yeah, go ahead and roll acrobatics for this, and you can only jump 16 feet at the apex.
All right,
Although I do
acrobatics.
wonder what good that's going to do, but that's beside the point. Let's just watch him crash.
1, 2, 3, and roll and
Oh wow!
Yay!
Well
Nice.
done.
All right, so and now roll me an athletics check. You skillfully grab the rope and you sprint up this ice wall and you get to the apex. You grab the arrow. Is it the arrow still on the rope?
Fuck.
You grab the arrow and you throw it perfectly right towards the chute, but you kind of don't throw it very hard, and it hits the wind and kind of just spirals into the wind funnel a little bit, and then falls back down. And
Can I use my inspiration?
you are now at the top of this wall, and now with the three of you on the top of this ice wall at the incline, you hear.
I'm gonna slide back down the thing. Whoop.
All right.
So, Lulu's gonna try and understand what Abir was saying earlier and start to like climb onto him.
Okay. Yeah. If I can help her spring a jump, I will.
Okay. You've got probably like 15 seconds before the wind dissipates.
Okay. So then I'm
Lulu
just
can
gonna
at least get up there, that would be a start.
I'm gonna tell her jump 1, 2, 3, and then I'm gonna push with my legs as hard upward as I can to give her that extra bit of boost.
All right, and then Lulu's gonna try to jump and do the parachute thing again.
Okay, Havabir athletics check. Lulu performance check.
Okay.
This is really like this
Something.
plan. Okay, did you say athletics?
Yes.
Okay.
And Lulu is performance.
Oh wow! I launched her into freaking space.
All right,
Yeah,
so
And she
didn't do
fucked it up
much.
again.
all right, so you go to throw Lulu, and you throw her pretty good right into the wind tunnel, and like a frisbee, like a square frisbee, she goes into the wind tunnel, and just spins through the tunnel, and then goes flying off into another direction, clear over here, hits the wall, and then spins back down, and lands in the water.
Wow.
All right.
As this
And
like
I'm sure I
rigid
could-
square, clearly not understanding how to the parachute, or not
I can feel the ice
or understanding it but not executing it well.
Gotcha. I can feel the ice crunching beneath my feet, so I'm gonna rip my daggers out and jump, like kind of swan dive into the pool of disgusting water.
Okay, and as you do, the wind dissipates, the ice wall shatters, and all the ice shards fall into the water, and then the another chute opens up over here, and even more liquid pours in, and now the mound that you guys were standing on is gone.
Gotcha.
Wait. Never mind. Well, maybe you use the ice thing, right, to freeze to make an ice wall, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you tried how we tried maybe if we want to do that with the gears, make them because steel gets really cold, and then it can fracture. Maybe
we
that's
can't
something
get
That's a
we
good
can't
idea.
get down deep enough to do
Yeah,
that. I mean,
there's
you'll-
no way to get that spell down deep enough.
the trident isn't he able to do that?
yeah, I can't freeze stuff. I've got the
I
two.
thought you were the
spells
one that did the ice wall thing.
No, he did water
no, I
wall.
did the wall of
Furlough
water.
did ice chromatic orb to freeze it.
Question:
Yeah.
Where did Lulu land?
Like right here.
Okay, so Lulu's gonna form back into her normal humanoid shape, and she's just kind of like floating there. She's not feeling very good from all that spinning.
And I'm gonna swim up next to her and say, "Hey, the orc can't swim. Become a boat."
I didn't even think about that. That's great.
Become a boat.
I think that's outside of my abilities.
Don't doubt
Uh,
yourself.
You
Just
could
do
try
it.
it.
So you can certainly try it, Lulu. You don't have your stuff on you yet, so you're in a position to try it. You do
Lulu's
not have
also
the
feeling like-
device that can force you into a shape, though. So you don't have that
Yeah.
option
And she's also like feeling kind of nauseous.
from spinning.
Yes. So
Okay.
I
Okay.
guess we'll try. Yeah, it would probably be disadvantage from
Now,
being like 6
Just to
feet
be
in the water.
clear, you said you can breathe underwater, right?
Yes.
Okay, just in case the rest of the party didn't hear that.
Wait, Lulu can breathe on the water?
Hmm.
Why don't we just form a
Why don't
Lulu
we
bubble?
why don't we send her down into the gear thing, see if she could find some way to like I don't know, fucking stop it on the other side.
'Cause
Can I have a
Lulu-
minute really quick?
Yeah,
Lulu's like
I
not
mean, I
looking
don't
very
think we're
good.
nice for quick danger, but that's good thinking.
Yeah, like when Lulu said that, she was like face down in the water, just raising up an arm, like, "Give me a minute."
So
What about you?
as Furlough says, I don't think we're in any danger. The liquid that's coming out of this chute over here, as it forms a larger pool on the pool of liquid that's already there, you can see it's like red in color compared to the rest of the green. It's kind of resting on the surface, and it comes into contact with a floating like trash barge that's coming through here, and the trash barge hits that red pool and just goes. It catches flame and then sinks.
And I'm going to look
I
at
point
everybody
at that
else.
and say, that's not a good thing. That's not a good
No.
sign.
Don't swim in the red water.
That's what is that? I want to know what it is.
Whatever it is, it's pooling on top of the green liquid, so it's clearly like
Oh.
less dense than whatever the green liquid is.
Oh shit.
So it's rapidly
Flammable.
spreading across the surface.
Is it flammable? Can I set it on fire?
I'm not sure about that. You'll have to try.
Are you guys okay with me trying to set this on fire? Maybe if a fire is going off, like I'll try to emergency evacuate things.
You want to set the whole area that we're currently trying to not die in on fire?
I'm fireproof. I'm fireproof, so I'm good. But
See, you
Oh,
guys
good.
you guys don't
Not a
even
great
need
plan.
rainbow.
hey, that's why I asked first. Hold on.
You're right. You did. You didn't just go. Oh, I immediately set it on fire.
Yes.
I'm
Again.
thinking, okay, if there's a controlled enough fire, because we do have our own fire suppression system. Water boy.
How high are we now? Has the red
You've risen about
release-
5 more feet from the green liquid.
Oh, gotcha. So we're still a long way from those doors.
Yeah, I mean it's a big room, and only one of these things is gushing liquid in. So,
And this liquid is flammable.
well, the red liquid is over here. There's forming a pool. The pool's probably about this large right now
Gotcha.
of red
And
liquid. But it's rapidly spreading because it's floating on the surface of the green liquid. So it's not like having to mix. It's like pouring across the top.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm kind
fire
of wondering if lighting this stuff on fire. Well, the problem is it might be acidic. It might not be flammable at all,
True.
or it might be explosive. We don't know what the hell it is. Hey, Furlough, do you have any ideas? We're up to our necks in shit, and about to be melted. Well, you guys are. I can swim under this stuff, but
Gorza swims over to you, have a beer, and she says, "What are we gonna do?"
do you have any rat friends in this place that you can talk to by chance, or any other friends for that matter?
Do I have any rat friends on this space station? No, I don't think I do.
Or any, itty vermin and I don't know. We could use some help here. I don't.
The only vermin I am currently able to converse with is you, Javi.
Ouch!
Burn!
Yeah.
Well, I can see these questions quickly put me on the bad side.
Unfortunately, absolutely none of my spells have the kind of range needed to make an impact here. I have basically nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I know this isn't a one-sided death trap, but I have no idea where to go from here. I've visited the rings.
There are definitely options you guys haven't tried. I've hinted at one already.
Have you?
I have.
Yeah.
I reminded the party of a fact about you.
Oh damn, we are retarded.
Not even here.
I have no idea what it is.
Um,
I literally tried to rack my brain about it. I'm like, wait.
Well,
I'm
I would
gonna-
have made it more obvious, but the first thing Havabeer said when he went down to those gears was the only person that could make it through there is probably Lulu. And so I thought that was gonna be what you guys would
I was just
talk
saying
about.
that. Like, Lulu could go through and try and fucking.
Well, we're just
And that's
waiting
just
for
one option. There's plenty of other options too, but that's the obvious one.
Hey,
Gotcha.
Lulu, you've had your minute. Do you think maybe you could go down to the bottom where those gears are and
Oh, dude, don't metagame this shit. Your character would not have put that together. And neither would mine have. I don't think I would have thought. Well, I mean, I thought Lulu could go through there, but oh yeah,
You were literally the first one to suggest it.
yeah, I did. I just know that like she didn't even want to go through the disposal tube in her own prison. So
I mean,
yeah.
there were other options at that point. There were not any other options here, I don't think.
Okay, then I'm gonna approach you about it and say, tell her, you know, Lulu, with you being more or less Jello, I was wondering if you might be willing to go through the gears and see what's on the other side. We are running out of options quickly.
Yeah,
wanna be my
Lulu's
pudding
looking
guy?
at the red fluid, and she's just gonna say, "Are you guys gonna be okay up here?"
That depends on how quickly you get through that and figure out a way to help us. I mean, I know
I
I'll
can
be
certainly
okay. You don't need to worry about me. I can stay below this red shit, but the rest of these guys. Wait a second. I'm gonna go down. I had an idea, so I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna start looking for things that look like tubes, like anything that's like a pipe,
Oh, wait.
or
What do you mean, like
Any-
just trash?
anything that trash. I mean, this place is full of trash, and I'm trying to find snorkels for these guys so that they can at least try to stay under this red stuff if it spreads too far by the time Lulu
Ooh,
gets down there.
That's clever. Okay.
Hold
Oh,
on.
with the
Yeah, but I
snorkels
think
get-
wouldn't it melt the snorkels?
Yeah, that occurred to me afterwards, so I'm gonna be definitely looking for metal type stuff,
Okay.
like whatever the strongest materials I can find. In fact, with that said, if I can find something that's metal in any of the trash heaps, I'm gonna toss it into the red shit and see if it burns.
I was about to say that right now, actually, because then
Yeah,
okay,
test
go-
it.
yeah, test it. Let's do this fucking. Can we all just test it? See, like, find different things and throw it at it.
Lulu
Yeah,
gonna go
meanwhile-
down.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Lulu's gonna head over to where Avabi was talking about. And she's gonna start swimming down.
Okay. As you swim down, you approach another row of lights, but there is a lot of trash in the way. And so you'll need to roll an athletics check for being able to, but you have to roll it with disadvantage
Why is that?
because he's a Triton. He was able to go through in the water just like it was not even an issue. But you are gonna have a lot harder of a time getting leverage to have the strength you need underwater.
How
Can she snake her way past it like Roto-Rooter?
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
ask, like,
possible
how-
too.
How like blocked is it? Could I just slip past it?
If you want to roll a performance check for morphing past it, that's probably acceptable.
Okay, would that be with disadvantage as well?
No, I wouldn't
Okay.
think so.
Those
I'm gonna try
performance
that.
checks have really been going south on you.
Yes, they
Oh my
have.
gosh!
All right, so you once again form yourself into. You're trying to form yourself into a shape, and you form yourself into like a sphere, and then you're surprised, Pikachu, that you can't go past the trash.
Surprise, Pikachu.
You're smaller than you were as a humanoid, but you're still having a rough time going through there. Roll another performance check.
Okay.
Nice.
That's 20.
And after that, you flatten against the wall and you just drop down the side after figuring out what you fucked up, and you slide down and you're so fast and quick at going down the muck, and you're just like you're passing these rows of lights, until you get past the 7th row of lights, and you slide right into, and before you can even stop, you slide right into the gears, and you slip right through just like a little puddle and come out the other side. And on the other side, you find this. It's a series of several more chutes that are taking all the liquid and munched up trash to different locations. But you are able to step out of the liquid that's flowing by onto this rim that's basically going all the way around underneath the machines. Basically, almost like a maintenance walkway around underneath. And
Sorry,
there is
guys, I couldn't find the. Oh, go ahead.
there is a series of valves on the south side, like those big like kind of steering wheel looking valves that you can turn.
Yeah. Are there any labels on these?
No, everything down here looks kind of janky and just kind of thrown together.
All right. How many valves are there?
Let's see. There are 3. No, excuse me. There are 6
3
valves.
valves? I don't believe it.
What?
Valve joke. They can't count to 3.
Oh, okay.
Half-Life 3.
Nice.
All right. There are 6 valves.
Okay. In what way are they laid out?
Just a line along this walkway. So if you're down at this end of the walkway, which is where they are, assume you've walked over there, there are 3 valves, and then 3 more right next to those ones. So you could probably like reach 3 of them as a Sign Volk, but so there's like one there, one there, one there, and there's a little gap.
I can't
and
see
then
these. I can't see the ones that you're individually pointing out.
Those right there, you can't see any of that.
Oh, I see them now.
Okay, and so there's 3, and then a little gap, and then 3 more.
Okay. I'm gonna try to twist the first valve.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check or athletics check.
Okay.
All right, so
27.
you grab the first one. It's kind of stuck, and you just wrench it to the left, and it suddenly opens super fast and slams to, like the wheel stops at a certain point, and you hear this rush of liquid that's pooling in the thing below. You hear the liquid just drain super fast, and so the liquid above starts to fall into this extra drainage, and you guys up top, you start to see the water line is not rising so fast anymore.
What about the red liquid?
The red liquid's still floating on top of what's there. And the
Well,
liquid's not
we're
going
up
down up top. It's just not rising really anymore. If it's rising or falling, it's too minuscule to notice.
Lulu's
so
gonna
it's
try
not
to twist
spreading
the
anymore?
second one.
No, the red's still spreading, so I haven't drawn it yet, but you guys would have had to move already this way a little bit.
Gotcha. Any luck finding something that doesn't burn?
Yeah, have you guys tested anything?
Oh yeah, I was trying to test metal pipe.
Okay, so you throw the metal pipe in there, and just as you suspected, it's like acidic, and the metal kind of becomes liquidy and then dissipates.
Gotcha. Okay, I try PVC next.
I'm gonna try
Sure,
some,
yeah, you find
glass.
some plastic shit, you throw it in there.
I'm gonna try some glass.
Okay, you throw the glass in there, it eats through that.
All right, what about wood? Are there any reeds
The only
in
thing you notice it not eating through is the Simevolk walls. Wood also, that wood is part of that garbage barge that already went through it. It lights on fire.
Gotcha.
Lulu's gonna try the second valve.
Okay, you do, and another as more liquid rushing. You guys are now seeing the levels up top falling slightly. If anyone notices, I don't know if you guys would even notice what you're trying to run from the red liquid.
Lulu's gonna try the third valve and try the other ones if she can reach them.
Okay,
I
so
think-
yeah, the walkway you're on goes all the way around, so you can do
Oh,
it
okay.
one by one. I just meant
Yeah.
reach them as far as like reaching them simultaneously.
Gotcha.
So you go through the rest, you open up all these valves, and suddenly the liquid is now draining like a foot a second, and up top you can see all the liquid gushing through like these suction tubes or whatever that are hooked up to the machines just above you, Lulu, and it's pulling all the liquid out of there and then draining them into these drainage passageways down below. And you guys up top, you watch as all the liquid, including the red fiery liquid, dissipates and falls. And now there's trash mounds again. They're all damp and wet, but you're able to actually stand and walk again.
We're safe.
And then
Okay, back
now
to
that all
square
the
one.
now that all the liquid or most of it is sucked out of the trash, Lulu, you can hear everything. You guys can all hear really clearly the machines just kind of grinding things way down below.
Did the red liquid at all touch them? No.
No, you guys never got touched by the red liquid.
No, I meant like the gears down below. Did they hit the red liquid? No, right?
Oh well, the liquid would have gone past them, yeah, to go through the suction tubes. But the gears are made of the same material as the walls, the Simvolk material. And
I didn't know that. Okay. Well then.
All right. I'm gonna swim down. I'm gonna jump in the
Swim
water.
through what?
Well,
all-
are we completely bone dry, or is there
Yeah,
still that
you're-
pool at the edge?
I mean, the garbage is wet, but there's no like pools of liquid anymore.
So
there's not
now-
even a pool that we use to swim down the 7 rings to get to the
No.
grinder gears.
No, now it's actually
Okay.
just a big cavity that you could jump down.
Can we try
So
my idea?
What was your idea?
The ice. Maybe we could weaken the material and whoop, break it.
Worth a shot? Yeah, you guys are able to, now that the garbage is dry and it's not floating around, you can see it's all kind of being ground up into certain parts, and there's cavities that are falling away at the sides as the garbage kind of falls inward
Oh
into,
shit!
into
So
the gears.
yeah, this is dangerous.
It's becoming unstable, yeah.
This
All right.
situation is deteriorating quickly. Can we please?
Lulu, can you hear me?
Can I?
Yeah, at this point, it's all you guys are hearing is the slow grinding of the machines. It's loud, like it's super, but it's not. It's not like they're spinning super fast and are super loud, so you can't hear anything. So if you're shouting, you could probably hear. It echoes around the chamber pretty well.
Try valve 1 and nothing else.
You don't know there are any valves.
Yeah, you don't know about the valves, and also she turned all the valves, just so you know.
Oh, gotcha.
All the
Lulu,
valves.
turn the water back on.
No, the water's okay. The water's still on. It's still coming through that one chute, and same with the red liquid. But they are now going straight down the sides, basically, and being suctioned into these suction tubes.
Oh.
So they're not pooling anymore. Does that make sense? There's like this. Lulu activated a bunch of like suction drains at the bottom.
Oh.
Do I see anything else down here of note that I could interact with?
So you see a little control panel off to this side over here, and it's got a little screen on it and a few little dials, and it's just kind of like jammed into the Simvolk wall.
All right, I'm gonna go investigate that.
Okay. All right, you look at it, and what languages do you speak, Lulu?
I speak Common, Celestial, and Primordial.
Okay, so you look at it and you see a bunch of markings on the display, but you can't understand any of it.
Does it look like there are buttons to press on the screen?
There are touch buttons on the screen, and then two little knobs that are not on the screen.
I'm gonna try to turn one of the knobs.
Okay. Let's see. So, which one knob do you turn? The top one or the bottom one?
Bottom one.
Okay. You turn the bottom one, and you see a little, just a bunch of numbers and stuff change, or a bunch of characters on the display basically change in front of you, but you don't know what you did, and there's no visible evidence of what you did.
I'm gonna try the other knob.
Okay. You turn the other knob, and the same thing. Some more things on the display change. It's kind of Greek to you. It almost looks sort of familiar, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
I'm gonna try to push some of the buttons, or some of the touch buttons.
Okay. As soon as you try to touch them, the screen kind of blinks red real quick. It just.
I'm gonna try to press more buttons.
No matter where you touch the screen.
Okay, push on the knobs.
You push them, nothing happens.
Can I try every single button on the touchscreen?
Yeah, no matter where you touch the touchscreen, you just get it flashes red real quick and goes like it's not letting you interact.
Is there anything else I could try to interact with on this control panel?
Nope.
Great. Can I try to ponder over why this seemed familiar?
Yeah, roll me a history check.
All right. That'll be a 2.
It was on the tip of your tongue and then or tip of your mind, and now you can't think of it anymore.
It seemed important. Can I keep trying to think about this?
Yeah,
over
you
the
can
loud grinding.
you can think for a while, but you do get the idea that that maybe somebody else would also know.
No what?
It's
Like why the writing is familiar, or maybe they would understand it. Like you could call out to your party, maybe if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout up. Hey, I found the control panel thing, but I can't read it.
Are you guys
What was
making
that?
your way down, or are you still just kind of trying to surf the garbage piles?
You know what? I'm gonna take the end of the rope. I'm gonna tie it to either my dagger or my piton. Probably my piton. And I am going to try to find something to stab it into.
On the garbage piles or the walls, or what do you mean?
Either one, just something that looks stable enough to hang from, because I'm gonna climb down.
There's not really anything stable.
Oh, gotcha. Then
you
I'm
can't
gonna try
you
to.
can't puncture the walls with it, and everything else is just kind of floating in there with you.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Then yeah, make our way down to where there's just gears below us.
Yeah, so you could get down, kind of close to the gears. Lulu, you do notice as you look up at the gears that this one right here is turning much more slowly than the rest of them.
Do I see any obvious visual reason why?
No, you just didn't notice that before. They seemed to be the same before, and now this one's turning slower.
Can I try twisting the knobs and watching this?
Yes. Which one are you messing with first?
Top one.
Okay. The top one you move, and you don't observe any effects. I assume you twist it every which direction you can?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there's no effects that are observable. The same thing with the bottom one then?
Yes.
Okay. As you twist the bottom one, you realize that its speed is corresponding to that switch, and as you turn it all the way around counterclockwise, that one comes to a complete halt.
Oh, but just this spinner?
Just this one. And they go all the way across too, but just this one closest to you.
Alright. Do I see any other control panels?
No.
Alright.
Not from where you are, anyway. You could go around and look, but there's not really anything else.
I'm going to shout up to the group up there. I'm gonna say, the spinny thing over here, stop spinning!
And I'm gonna respond if I do. I hear it.
Yeah, you do.
I'm gonna respond. Which one?
The one you saw when you swam down here.
I saw all of them when I swam down there.
No, you only saw two. You saw the one closest to the wall, and then this one. The rest is buried under trash. Well, they're all buried under trash, but you slipped down the wall right over here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Lulu's gonna say, the one closest to this wall over here.
Okay, so then I know where that is, and I'm gonna communicate to the rest of the group that that's where we want to start trying to descend.
Okay, and you can see the garbage shift. It's kind of pulling trash more towards these gears now that one's stopped, and so there's a large cavity of trash missing over here. You guys can actually all see the gears as you kind of surf down the trash heap.
Cool, and you can see that they're stopped.
Yeah, you can see the one that stopped.
Okay, then I'm gonna get over to it.
I'm gonna try to go around this catwalk, see if I can see any other control panels or anything else to interact with.
Okay. All right, so as you go around, you find an identical control panel on the other side.
Okay. I'm gonna try to twist the bottom knob again, counterclockwise.
Okay, so same thing. There's a one right here, and it comes to a complete stop. The rest in the middle are still spinning, though.
I didn't see any others.
No.
Okay.
So we're following the Trident dude, right?
Mhm.
All right.
Still can't believe you. I can't believe you don't know my name.
Have a beer.
It's not that hard. Okay, so I guess we're all standing on the gear. Is there anything next to it to stand? Any plates that like cover up the shaft that the gears turn on, or anything like that, or is it just 100% gears no matter where you try to stand?
It's 100% gears no matter where you stand. It's like kind of all bumpy, like kind of the notches on a gear. And but they're not. They go perfectly between these other ones. So these ones can spin free. Like this one can still spin free and just slide through the grooves that are standing still on this other one, if that makes sense.
Sort of. Is there room for a person to pass through, or is it still
No.
too tight?
No, you can see that there's a gap kind of on this side of the gear between the gear and the platform that juts out, and then there's a tiny little inch gap maybe between where these gears over here are swirling through the slots on this one.
Okay.
Basically, this thing is a giant thing in your way, but you can stand on it now.
Gotcha.
Well, I tried to cut us a hole, but unfortunately, Fireball doesn't melt steel beams.
Yeah.
All right. With that, I'm going to bed. Good night, y'all.
All right, so as you guys are standing there, you hear the voice boom over the loudspeaker again that just says, it just says, "What is taking you all so long?"
We're
Well-
trapped. What?
You have.
We like to take our time to piss you off, you bastard.
Well,
I
hurry
turned
up,
to
your
Philip.
dinner is getting cold.
Fuck your dinner.
Your mother?
I'm gonna turn to Furlough. Who are you
Gorza,
talking to?
Gorza leans over to have a beer, and she just says, and these are your friends, right?
They are. I don't know who the new guy is. Who is the guy? Who's the guy on the loudspeaker? I mean, this is a little strange. He invited us to dinner.
It's the Black Spider, you idiot.
I just got here, you son of a bitch.
You know, I kind of missed you. Welcome back.
he
Thank
never
you.
he never identified himself, but Fitz said he recognized his voice.
Oh, gotcha. So, I'm just puzzled over this whole gear thing. We're open to any hints if you'd like to drop one.
Fine. And then suddenly everything around you disappears, and you find yourself on this giant flat grid in the middle of this giant square room. And you see just kind of this big, like if you were in court and like there's that big judge stand at the back, except it's really tall. And you see up top, there's this one dude, and you see the silhouette of this one dude just standing up there. And he just says, "Forget the tests. We will go straight to business."
Oh, really? It was that easy?
You just frustrated so much.
He
he's just
got
like,
he got impatient, and so everything around you just like disappears, like as if it was like some kind of hologram.
Where's Lulu?
Oh, so same thing. You were just like a little ways away from the rest of the group, but you find yourself on the grid also. It's like, think of like you guys. Who here doesn't know what a holodeck grid looks like?
From Star Trek.
You really don't know, do you, Bunsen? All right.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna share you an image.
Wait, has Bunsen seen? Have you seen Jason X?
No.
He hasn't seen Star Trek, so let's ask him about an obscure Friday the 13th movie.
All right. Do you see the image I just shared, Bunsen?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what a holodeck grid looks like. It's basically an empty room with just like these grid lines across it. And that's pretty much identical to what you guys are seeing, except for the grid lines are multicolored.
So
and there's no doorway like that either. You guys don't see anything like that. But in the center of this big grid, this empty grid, you see like what you would see in like a courthouse, like this high-rised seat, and then there's seats next to it as if there would be like a council or something that would be around this guy, but it's just him in the center one that's slightly higher than the rest of the seats.
What does
Cool.
he look like?
So right now you can only see him very faintly. He's probably about 30 feet up, and so you don't really get a good look at him. But Havabeer, you seem like you kind of recognize this silhouette.
Yeah, I'm gonna crack my knuckles. Wait. Then I think I might know where I recognize the silhouette from. Can I like search my memory or do anything?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Go ahead, well, not a history check. Roll me a perception check.
All right. Let's see. Oh gosh.
And the
Not very
voice
good at
sounds
these.
familiar to you too.
All right.
He's
he's
affecting his voice a little bit, so it's hard to tell.
All right. I'm gonna
All
use my
right.
inspiration. I'm gonna roll that again.
Okay.
That's not much better. All right.
All right. So it's raising the hairs on the back of your neck. You can't quite place the voice.
All right.
You're
Well,
right over there, Javi. You seem a little unnerved.
And then you hear the voice right after Furlough say, "Yes, Havabeer, you seem a little out of place." And you suddenly realize that the voice is the voice of Abelar.
oh, son of a bitch! I just wasted my inspiration to get to that. That's funny.
And
So
Abelar raises his hand and he swirls it around over his head, and this big purple storm, this violet storm, forms over you guys. And he just says, "Havabeer, you were charged with finding Glendamir. Have you found him?"
No, I haven't, but it's not for lack of looking. You got to remember, he's hiding with Orafira's assistants, and I mean, you were with her. You know exactly how crafty she can be.
This purple smoke above turns slightly blue. "Havabeer, you are not being completely honest with your master."
Hail the glow cloud.
Meh, Javi's a bitch boy. That's funny.
"I sent you out to do a job, and instead you find yourself escorting carts from one town to another."
Master, I had to find a way to support myself. You have Shoshana. You offered that you allowed that I'd be able to purchase her from you someday. That has been my primary focus.
The storm stays a violet color. And then he just says, "Havabeer, you have failed me. I should have Glendamir by now. But you are in luck, for he has come to me." And then he like this little cage kind of raises down out of the storm and hovers above you guys, about 10 feet above your heads. And inside you see a broken and battered Glendamir.
Who?
Glendamir is Havabeer's brother, basically, from growing up. Or I guess, well, you know what? Lulu, ask Havabeer.
Brother from growing up. Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah, Lulu was about to yell at this black spider, asking what he's done to her people, but she's gonna see this broken and battered individual and ask, "Who is that?"
That's
Havabeer?
Glendamir. Grew up with him. He and I shared everything. We fought for Abelar in the arenas. And after winning our 5th fight against 3 orcs from the Torn Skull tribe, he absconded with Orafira, and who was Abelar's mistress. And I was charged with bringing him back. And in exchange for doing that, Abelar promised to set me free.
And Havabeer motions toward the tattoo on his arm, and he has 5 bars on his arm, 4 filled in, 1 hollow.
6. 5 out of 6.
Oh, it's 6? Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, 3 on each side of Abelar's name.
Oh, okay. And the sixth bar not filled in. You also notice, Lulu, as he's pointing at his tattoo, you notice that Gorza, the female orc next to him, she also has an identical tattoo, except instead of Abelar between the bars, it says Rakgu, Rakgu.
I turn to the rest and I say, every time a Mithnantarian gladiator wins a battle, one of these bars are filled in. And according to the law set down by Umberly, goddess of the sea, after 6 fights, a man can no longer be man can no longer be owned. A fighter can no longer be owned. She's not a man, but
Abelar's voice booms again. That's right, Havabir. And you have not proven yourself worthy of that freedom. You will come work for me in the arena
Well, hold on.
where you
Hold
belong.
on.
Abelar.
What if we score a great victory against you right now?
And he
Kyra, silence.
He looks down to you and he says, "You are to join Havabir as well. All of you, Tiefling, Bugbear, Furbolg, everyone. You are all
Abelar,
going to
this
fight
goes against
for
the rules of Umberly.
Abelar."
I owe you
Yeah,
one
go fuck
fight.
yourself.
Why don't you come down here and fight us right now?
Hey,
Because he's a coward.
Yeah, of course he is. Of course
guys,
he is. Too much of a
Hang on.
bitch.
At this
guys.
point, Lulu's going to yell up to him and say, "Speaking of freedom, what have you done to my people?"
I'm gonna look up to Abelar and just say, please forgive my friend's impudence. They apparently have forgotten that they were going to be momentarily smashed into a trash compactor. And
He looks at you. He looks at you, Lulu. He holds his hand out to you, Havabir, like as if to say, "Stop!" Like stop explaining. And he says to you, Lulu. He says, "Ah, Lulu, the last of the natural Simefolk experiments. You are truly a fine specimen, but not as powerful as anything I created after."
I'm gonna look up to Abelar and say, it is true, I have failed you. I have not brought back Glendemir. I am curious about whether Glendemir came to you on his own or whether you captured him along with Warafira, but that is your business, Master. But I would like to point out and implore you, the rules that we follow say I owe you one more victory.
And
And
Abelar
only
says,
that.
Abelar responds and says, "Very good, Havabir." And then, real quick though, it's 10:10. Do you guys want to take a break? Do we need to stop? Like, where's everybody at?
I'm doing great.
I have
I
to
can
work
go
in the
for a little
morning.
bit more, but I have to wake up early tomorrow.
Okay, I'm good to keep going, but if you guys gotta stop, then we can stop here.
I could do a little bit more if everybody else is down, like another 30 minutes or so.
I don't think I can go on too much
No.
longer.
Okay.
All right, then that's the answer.
All right, and so Abelar casts the big storm, and you guys are all chastising him, telling him to come down. And he peers over the edge of this platform he's standing on, and he says, "All right, you want to face me? So be it." And he kind of floats over the edge, and then floats down and hovers about 10 feet off the ground in front of you guys. And when we get back next time, we'll roll for initiative.
He's like a god or something, right?
He's not a god. He's a I would have to tell
He's
you.
an elf. He's like a kind of a powerful elf. He looks like he's kind of been a sedentary elf though, a little round around the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, good. More guts to spill out when I slice it in half.
Exactly. More to pound on.
Yeah,
You
sorry.
guys.
I'm sorry. What? I don't think I
I
caught
love
that.
your guys' confidence.
Take that sexually. Take that sexually too.
You don't think you caught what?
I don't think I caught your description of this guy.
He's an elf, but he's looks like he's been a little sedentary because he's a little round. You know, elves are usually tall and thin. He's a little got a round middle. He's looking like he's watched a little too much daytime television.
He's got that. He's fat on. He's fat on power. It's gonna be great taking him down.
Yeah, I'm kind of laughing because he just about put us through like I said, a trash compactor. And
It was a hollow deck.
oh, like your guy knows. Your guy's as dumb as a doorknob.
Hey, but at least he has conviction.
As far as your guy can tell, this guy's God himself. I don't understand how anyway.
And he's dumb enough to take him on.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you got me there. Oh, all right. Is there? Oh, well, never mind.
We could try to poison him.
Yeah, because that'll work.
Hey,
Oh yeah, we did have dinner plans with this guy before you guys started cursing him out.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He just put us through a fucking trash compactor. Fuck that guy.
He was gonna give us a good meal afterward, and apparently a dinner and a show.
All right, well let's wrap up the stream, and then whoever wants to stick around and chat, we can do that.
All right, sounds
thanks
good.
everybody for watching or listening. We will catch you next time. If you want to find out, if you want to listen to the podcast, you can find us on all the major podcast apps, iTunes, Google Play, you name it. You can also head over to chevcast.tv to find links to our social media and our streaming platforms. Thanks everyone. See you next week.
Good night.
Bye.
All right.